What the hell are you guys talking about?
Samsung glasses, bro.
Oh my god, Samsung glasses. Dude. Alright, anyway. Uh
It's excellent. That's how good the
Yep.
sunglasses are.
we are live, I guess.
All
Oh, we are
right.
already.
Welcome
Well, well,
to
To
welcome to
Annie
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 Chat!
Chat.
chat.
Hello,
Uh,
one and all. It's been a long day without you, my
okay.
friend.
Our New Year's
I don't
resolution will
get
be to do that properly. Because we're never in
copyright strike.
sync when we do that.
We're never in sync.
When was the last time we did one? Like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
One of these days, we're just gonna like be in the same room. We're just gonna chillax, be in the same room, have some snacks on the side, and
Okay,
just
but
bond.
where would we meet though? UTS?
Dude, I'm not sure
Surely.
anymore. I'm pretty sure that like yarn's not allowed.
Well, I
Wait, is
mean,
that? I
I don't know.
mean, like external, bro. External. You know.
So
I think that'll work.
I gotta get on that external list for the
But yeah,
club.
how's everyone's holidays been?
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
It's
Yeah.
pretty alright. Pretty
Mm.
alright.
I guess we could have also opened the episode with Merry Christmas, but that's
I mean, it is after Christmas,
Happy
bit
and
after
holidays.
we're doing this a
Happy
day
holidays
before New
because I
Year's.
believe,
yeah.
everyone's religion is like, Hanukkah, whatever. So happy holidays instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy holidays indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope everyone had a good 2022. Um, I think 2022 was a bit better than 2021, don't you guys think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
There was no lockdown for us.
yeah.
A bit more freedom. Did a lot of stuff this year.
Oh
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Border is opening
No,
up is pretty
no
good too.
forest fires as well, so no
Mm.
forest fires. A
Mm,
lot of rain. We did get a lot of rain in Sydney this year, I think.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, we definitely did get a lot of rain this year.
yeah, we got like
Um,
floods, didn't we? Like three floods
oh my
the same
God,
month.
yeah, God,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Always fun stuff.
Um,
But most of
yeah,
all, I actually genuinely think, not a segue by the way, genuinely think that anime this year is better than last year. Don't you guys think? There's more quality stuff coming out.
ooh, I reckon like a lot of ones that got put on hold from the pandemic came out this year as well, so that could be
Yeah,
another reason.
last year was kind of just like a lot of shows just not coming out because of problems with management and like production.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I can't blame 2021 to be
Well,
Yeah.
fair.
there was actually one show this year that I've never saw that had production problems midway its streaming, that they had to pause the series and then show it next season. And
Oh,
that was the Oji-san one, the
Isekai
Isekai Oji-san one.
Oji-san. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
had to pause
yeah.
last season and bring it this season, um, which was
Yeah.
fine.
Wait,
I didn't mind. So yeah.
it wasn't because of production? I thought it was because
Yeah,
it stopped at episode seven.
it was because of COVID productions or something like that. But I've never seen an anime had to pause midway and then show it next season instead before.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I've never had that experience before. So
Legit, I had to like it completely stopped the momentum for me. I haven't caught up at all, even though it's already finished right now.
I think there's one more episode.
Oh
Yeah, there's
really?
one more episode.
What the
Yep,
Oh
heck? It's not
yep.
yeah,
even
we.
finished.
I told you a while ago. I think it just came out today. Actually, I think that's the
Oh, it
last
came
one
Oh
out
yeah.
today.
today. I might
Isekai
check it out later.
Oji-san final episode. Watch along.
Honestly, speaking about Origins, I loved it. Like I didn't think I would like it, but it was honestly like enjoyable. Like I
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. The, it's like so depressing, but it's so funny how depressing it is, kind of thing. Like dark humor kind of thing.
I would laugh like at least a piece like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't even
yeah,
laugh
Yeah,
but
dark
it's
deadpan
funny.
humor. Yep.
yeah.
Mm.
I read the manga, so I already knew what was like coming, but like seeing like some scenes anime, like for example, like not to like mean necessarily mean to the character, but it's like they're purposely making him like so ugly. So in the anime, seeing animated when he's smiling and shit is so visceral in
Yeah,
anime form.
it's
I'm like, I'm like,
yeah.
oh god.
And the good thing about having like quote unquote ugly characters is when like the beautiful characters come on screen, you're like, oh, you can kind of see the difference. Like when they, in anime, when they say, oh, this girl's so pretty, but then everyone looks fucking like pretty as
Oh
fuck
yeah,
and handsome
you can
as.
see the contrast
You
and
can see the
everything with that.
contrast,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But like the thing is like like there's ugly people in the show because like that's a lot of the jokes like is like irony playing with
Yeah.
irony
Just
because
bring
like the
in,
whole
yeah. Just bring in an example, but like Ezelken also had that, which was pretty cool.
oh
Like,
yeah yeah
yeah,
yeah
yeah. Like we have the short gremlin girl. Yes. The tall girl who had like freckles, but like yeah, no, she looks, but is like isn't kind of plain looking. And then you have the character who actually like does modeling and stuff, and you can kind of see from her features that like you can see why she would
like
be the one.
like
Yeah.
she's conventionally beautiful compared to
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
other
Yeah. Yeah.
characters. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Um. I'm gonna yeah. So this episode, I think we're mostly just gonna talk about 2022 anime as a whole, really.
Yeah, I think
Wrapping
that
it
was
up, just wrapping it up.
this
Yeah.
year's anime. Like, what was it? Was it fall? Fall's about to end,
Yep.
and
Yep.
we're gonna be heading to 2023 soon.
That will be next
And I
episode.
guess, yep. Oh, we're gonna do that next week. We're gonna try to squish that in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Next week, next
Yeah.
week.
Next
Yeah.
Or
week.
next year,
Sure.
whatever you guys would say. Next year, next week. It's the same thing right now.
Yeah. Sure. Actually,
Oh
doing
yeah.
it, we're pretty much rushing this. Like
Oh,
30th. You're gonna have to upload this as soon as we're done, bro.
well, to be fair, like I have been busy. I've started a new full-time job just to yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it has been a bit preoccupied, but
Mm-hmm.
no, committed to the anime crew. So
Gotta do it.
gotta do it. Get it for the board, boys.
All
For the
right.
boys.
Let's start with winter 2022. Who wants to bring up something first?
Uh, let's see.
Because okay, let's be honest. Like we're all gonna bring this up, so might as well get it out of the way. Dress up, darling.
Yes. Well, I can't believe that was this year. Wow.
I think it's just like it feels like so long ago. It feels like what, two
It-
years ago?
I
Really
think
feel
I
bad
think
for the winter animes because they're like the first ones of the year. People
yeah
would just
yeah
buy four. They're like, "What's
Yeah.
your favorite anime?"
yeah yeah
Something not
yeah.
from winter. Like I can like 80% of the time people are not gonna say anything from winter because it's so far behind.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
forget
yeah.
about it. Really?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just like because of COVID, like for the last 3 years, I think all those animes are just in the same year in my brain. They're just like in the same like section of the year I spent. So I didn't even realize that this came out in like what was this January?
Yeah. Oh my
Holy,
god.
no
Oh, yeah,
way,
yeah,
no way, I watched this in
yeah, yeah,
January.
yeah. Yeah, no, to dress up darling. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Everyone was interested in watching, and it was. I think it was good. It was solid. Like
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
yeah,
became,
yeah,
it
legit.
became like a phenomenon, like where everyone liked to cosplay, everyone
yeah.
could relate. And
Mm,
season two is it coming next year? I believe.
probably. I think it's popular enough to get another
Yeah,
season.
legit. I feel like every anime that we're gonna bring up is mostly popular enough to get a second season.
Yeah, I mean this year just had like a lot of bangers. We just
Yeah.
got a lot of shows that did actually really good. So,
Yeah.
um,
Dress Up
just
Darling. Yeah. Dress Up Darling kind of took that the etchy romance show and gave it a I wouldn't really say a spin, but just more like gave the characters a lot more like characterization, development, all that stuff.
I mean, I think it kind of is really a spin though, because like
Yeah.
I think a lot of from what I was getting told by people who don't read the manga like I did, um, like to them they felt like Gojo was like Gojo. A lot of people said he was like super plain or like super
Yeah.
boring, and then
Mm.
like on the other side of it, people were saying Marin is like super relatable or like she's such like a good protagonist. I was like, wait, you think she's the protagonist? Like
Mm.
like kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Like they think Gojo is so insignificant as a character that Marin is like the star of the show,
It's
which is like
Kakegurui all over again.
yeah. But I mean, like I guess in a sense, like for that show, Marin a lot of time is the protagonist because like I think the twist for this show is like instead of the main character falling for the main girl, because like Gojo really doesn't like specifically like Marin because like he's more just like he doesn't talk to girls, or like he's very socially awkward in general.
Hmm.
But Marin is like throughout the show, Marin like develops an actual like intimate like feelings for him, and you get to see from her perspective instead. Um,
Yeah,
I think
I
but
think.
I mean like
Mhm.
the biggest part of it is the cosplay. I think that's the biggest part of it.
Yeah, I
Cosplay
think
really.
when I was first coming into it, I wasn't that hyped because previous seasons we've had rom-coms with your plain guy and quirky girl, like was it don't Nagado one,
Nagatoro,
Komi-san, stuff like that.
Yeah,
We've
Komi.
had that
yeah.
like each season. So, but I think what really made me interested was the cosplay knowledge. My partner loves to cosplay, so she got really interested with the whole cosplay technique and the whole Shazam of that.
Yeah, I love that period as well. But what I was watching the show mostly for is like the character growth of Gojo and the others. Yeah, like it made it. It was just it just made it a journey for me. I always
Yeah, the
love seeing
story was
characters.
much more
Yeah,
linear compared to the other rom-coms. Like,
yeah. It's like, you know, um, pretty solid stuff. Always see nice to see things actually happening in a
Yeah.
rom-com. Yes.
I don't. I mean, like for sure though, I gotta say, like they did up the fan service for the anime for sure.
Oh,
oh
Like,
yeah,
oh my god,
like,
yeah.
episode
cause like reading
three,
the manga for me,
episode
it's
three's
like,
Booba animation was like, I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
like
my god, like,
Marin. Every time they had a fan service for Marin, it was like super animated for no reason. I was like, hold on, this is where the budget went. This is where all the budget went. Like,
playing harder. This is where all the budget went, babe.
yeah,
Yeah.
80%
yeah,
of the
yeah,
budget is the Booba animation. Like,
yeah.
look at that Booba animation.
Because like reading the manga, there are like ecchi stuff
Yeah.
in the thing, but it's like really tame from like
Mm,
what other
Uh-huh.
shows can do. So
yeah.
like in the manga, it's like one panel, like that's it, right? It's like, oh, it's a panel of her in the cosplay or bikini or something, because when she's like dressing up for outfits and stuff. But in the anime, it's like a whole 20 seconds of
Damn.
like of Gojo like staring at her and shit. And I was like for me, that took me out of the show a bit sometimes, because like I think reading from the manga,
Yeah.
I forgot it even had ecchi scenes sometimes. Like I
Yeah.
forgot that was even in the story, to be honest.
It's yeah. It's actually crazy because I was looking for some other anime that came out in winter. And I'm not gonna lie, other than like Mushoku Tensei Kurtu, which I actually wasn't gonna talk a lot about of because it's a continuation, right? There wasn't really a lot of notable ones. Just
Oh, well, there
stuff
was
we've
Attack on
watched.
Titan Part 2, which
Well,
everyone thought would be
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, Attack on
but that's
Titan was
a yeah, but that's a
yeah,
continuation though. So,
yeah, that's
and I
true.
also didn't watch it.
same
Yeah, so
Oh, well,
same.
no, but like, yeah, no, I totally enjoyed Part 2.
mhm.
I think with many other fans, I think a lot kind of prefer the anime than the manga because of the animation and the art style. The
Oh,
pacing is good.
yeah.
Mm.
But I think everyone got pissed off, think, hey, what? It's not. You're not ending with a movie. You're ending with part three. What's there gonna be part five after this? Like people like they're
Yeah,
milking it
Attack
for
on
show.
Titan, the
Because
final
what
Uh,
season.
part three is
okay.
coming next week. So they're like,
Yeah.
we're waiting for another year just to get part three.
Yeah.
I think yeah, it's like it's super painful to wait for something for a long time, but at least they are not rushing it,
True.
which
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
is yeah. You know, you everyone hates when something gets rushed out. It could have been really good. It could have been the masterpiece. It could have ended really well, and then they rush it.
That's
It
true.
flops. You know, everyone knows what that
Mm.
goes.
Another notable sequel that we got that season
Um,
was Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
Yeah.
you. Yep. Yeah, I think
So
people would have killed me if we failed to. Would have killed us if we
the
failed to mention
the
this
first
though.
half was a sleeper since it was basically
I
just
mean, yeah,
it was
exactly.
it was
They did the
just a
thing
Yeah,
where
movie.
yeah.
they
Yeah,
readapt the movie, and I was like,
yeah,
oh,
you
okay.
thought
It
that
was
was fun.
literally a sleeper for me. I know that for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, you slept at the movie as well, dude.
Yeah,
So
literally a
you want to get
sleeper.
knocked out.
Yeah, nah, I was just too tired that day. But
But like,
hmm,
yeah, no, it was good. I love part two. I'm not season two of it, and I'm hyped for season three, which is next year as well. Well, everything's next year because next year starts in 2 days. So
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Most of it
um,
should be.
nothing should come out this year because there's 2 more days till this year.
Yeah.
yeah. I will say that I watched like a brief clip of the new second season of Demon Slayer, and I'm like, God damn, I'm sleeping on this shit again. But I don't know if
Yeah,
I do want to watch it just for the fights because it's the
Yeah.
highlight of the anime, right? But
you might.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll
might
see.
binge
Yeah.
it then when it finishes up. Then I guess because I don't remember how far it is in the manga now.
I
I'm
reckon. I reckon there's
guessing.
two more arcs. There's two more arcs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
So
like one more
season
season
three
should
is
they clean
gonna
it
be
up?
the season three is gonna be that the second last arc. But the last arc, I believe the last arc was pretty long. It felt long when I was reading it. It
Yeah,
may
it
be
was.
like next season. Season three might be 13 episode, and season four might be 13 to 19 to 20. Like it really depends how they play it. Like
Yeah,
they could
yeah,
stretch it out. Like it really depends the studio, um, and how they pace it.
yeah,
But yeah, no, if we're lucky, we'll see the end of Demon Slayer by 2024,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
Ooh,
Or
okay.
2025.
Yeah.
2025.
All right.
And like
Um,
based on season two, like if they keep up this pace, it's gonna be good because like the production was still good in two. Like I like even
yeah.
though like it's Sleeper they readapted the Mugen Train arc, the stuff after is like still crazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
the like literally the arc after that has like some of the
Oh
craziest
yeah.
animation I've seen.
What
Yeah.
I'm glad for
Um,
is now because the first half is just a readaptation, I can skip all of that and just watch the latter half. Yeah, so that's good.
what I really like, the manga ended what, a year, 2 years ago, and because they did, this pacing with the anime and the movie hype, this is like one of the first few times we get to see an anime get complete after a manga had completed years ago. So it's pretty amazing that they're able to do that. Like because you see so many animes not getting their, even though they have one more arc left, they never get that final arc in anime form.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, isn't like Attack on Titan like the manga? What did the manga finish for this year as well? I'm pretty sure the manga finished this year.
Manga finished more recently, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why many people thought they would get, a
The anime
completed
original.
anime because the manga,
Yeah.
finished a while ago. But
Mm.
some animes aren't treated same as others anime because the popularity. Because I
Yeah,
was talking to Drew about this. Haikyuu, rather than getting two more seasons, they're just finishing up I believe two final arcs into two movies. And many
it's
people are complaining about that because there's too much content
it's such
to
a shame.
push the movies.
Yeah. Now that I've
Yeah.
actually watched, I mean, sorry, not watched, read Haikyuu in its entirety, Jan told me where the latest season ended, and then they were like, and I was like, wait, they're gonna do a movie to finish it off? There's like no way they'd be able to do it. Like, I'm like, I don't know why they don't just try to like appease. In fact, if the last movie was just a season, Haikyuu's hype would have kept going. You know,
Like
that's what I
they
think.
could have waited even like, hey, let's release the first movie first, and if there's enough hype, maybe make second season rather than a second movie. But instead, they just announced, oh, we're just gonna do two movies. I
Oh wait,
believe
they
they did.
just
Yeah.
did like line up? Like they just went straight up, like we're just gonna do two movies,
I
not even
believe
like
I gotta look back, but this news was released like months ago. But to be honest, we're a bit lucky because the manga finished like what, 3 years ago as well. So
Wow.
yeah.
even getting that last season was a stretch a bit. Um, but yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I'm. I mean, look, if I don't think Haikyuu fans are gonna be very happy either way.
I'll
It's
be
gonna
like,
be a
"Oh, you
mess.
missed that. You missed that my favorite chapter because you squish everything into a movie." I'm like, I get it.
It's more like you have this like intense volleyball match and then it's like only like what would have been like 10, 20 chapters in the manga. You show it out in like an hour. People, yeah,
Yeah,
no.
and then time they probably have to time skip stuff too, right? They don't want to like
Yeah.
like because like they always have arcs in between the big matches for them to like develop the characters. They're gonna probably skip all that, right? Just so like they can get to the end.
I,
So
I think this part is like the tournament arc, but like there's so many matches in the
Okay,
main.
so I,
um
I just I just googled it. So like this was, I think this news confirmed by News Article 4 months ago. So
Uh-huh.
they said rather than a season five, it's basically a two-part film instead. So
Ugh.
yeah, I was right.
Ugh.
oh damn.
Gross.
They
Uh,
confirmed it's a two-part movie. So
don't do it, man.
yeah,
Don't do it. All right. Let's move on to spring.
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 And
Let's see.
Yeah, I think spring. Oh man,
Oh,
spring had some good stuff.
spring is when we started like wrapping up. Yeah,
Yeah,
We got some fresh start in spring, boys.
yeah.
yeah.
I
Number
think that's when the
one.
newer
Num
animes came in.
All right, who's gonna
I think
drop the
I,
big boys?
I'm just gonna
number
say
one. Number one, bro.
spring has romance. It's the most romantic season.
That's
True, true.
actually
We have
so
like
true.
because I'm counting right now. One, two,
But
three,
It was
four,
a
five,
very
but
romantic
six,
season
yeah,
last season,
but you know what
guys.
it also has?
seven.
It's also rap season. We got the
Oh yeah,
raps.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. I had a rap episode on the same week.
Yeah.
Kaguya had a rap episode
Like I feel
That's like
like
4 different rap episodes or something. That's like it was
yeah.
on the
wild.
same week. Yeah.
It's funny because like there's so many variety of anime coming out. I feel like at one point we kind of just try to tie each season together by like just things that happen. But like this is
Yeah.
also just a huge coincidence, right? Because like three anime in the same season managed to have rap, and they're all very memorable as well when it does show up.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's
So
not like a 1 second scene of them doing it. It's like literally the whole episode is about them rapping. They're just
yeah,
teaching each other how to rap.
let's
I
go through
think.
those ones first, eh? Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wait. Before we start, have you guys ever watched summertime rendering in
Oh my
that spring
lord.
season?
Okay.
No.
I watched
Yeah.
some of it, but I have to catch up because like I didn't start it immediately. Like I had to get friends
Oh
to tell
yeah.
me like, oh,
See,
it's so
Yeah.
good.
I
You
never
gotta...
touched it, but I said I was gonna binge it, but I haven't even binged it yet. But apparently, I heard it was pretty good.
Honestly,
Yeah, all
Jan.
my
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who?
Same.
No,
No,
it was
I
good.
was gonna like, cause it's like summertime rendering looked like one of those shows where you have to wait until it finishes, sit down, and watch it in
Yeah.
bulks,
It's
right?
something you gotta follow. You gotta
Yeah.
commit to it.
Except like, it's already hard enough to follow with seasons. What do you think is gonna happen with an anime that we're gonna watch it later, and yeah, it's like yeah, you know. But yeah, back on topic. Daisuke?
The best anime for that season, obviously, Dance Dance Densu.
That's so true. Dance, dance, dancer, top
That's
tier.
the
All right.
not just the
Anyway,
top anime of spring, but top anime of 2022, guys. Okay, that's the end of the show.
yeah.
Um,
Damn.
see you guys next
All
year.
right.
Yep.
See you guys next episode. Bye bye. So yeah. All right. Spy Family. Spy
Spy
Family.
Family.
Yeah.
Wait,
Honestly,
Uh
nah. I feel
huh.
like we should leave Spy Family a bit later because it does get the second curve
it does
in
come
the
back
second
and
year.
forth. It
True.
does come
True.
back and
Yeah,
It did come out in the
because
same
the
year.
other
Yeah.
because the other big one is Kongming. That popped off so hard, like
Yeah,
in
boy.
general, right?
Coming. Yep.
Your boy Kongming
Are you doing it
out of
dance?
nowhere,
I
bro.
can't tell who's doing it dance.
Yeah.
We will let don't know. He can't see the rules. We don't know if he's playing the middle finger at us.
Yeah. Don't worry. I am. I am. But anyway,
Oh,
yeah, no, it's good that you brought that up because it's like, I mean, is it? I don't think out of the whole season, it's like the only music related one, right?
Yeah, technically it's the only one
wait,
that's
dude,
actually
Dance
mainly.
Dance Densu?
That's dancing, bro.
That's
That's
art. That's
dancing.
performing
That's art.
art. That's
Also,
performing art.
Love Life? Love Life is music.
Oh wait, is Love Life
Oh yeah,
that season?
cause this
Yeah,
wasn't
Love Life.
Sunshine.
Oh my god,
Thing that
Nijigasaki.
One
Never mind,
idol.
bro. Never
Yeah,
Nijisaki,
mind.
the one
yeah.
that the one. Oh, also My Heroine, the one that's was it
Oh my god.
Honeywork?
Yeah.
Anime.
Honeyworks. You told us about that one,
Oh
That's
yeah.
my
also another
god.
musical,
Yeah,
which
actually,
I
no
enjoyed.
kidding.
I enjoyed the Honeyworks one. My
Hmm.
partner, she loves Honeyworks, so she just loved that show. Like she's like, "Oh, that's from the MV, Dayan. That's from the MV." I'm like, "Okay, I don't watch Honeyworks,
That's
guys. I'm sorry."
crazy.
Crazy.
But yeah, your boy Koming really came out of nowhere. Um, yeah, no, they. It's definitely one of those anime that got a very good treatment. You know, because
Yeah, like
yeah.
because I felt like it was one of those shows where like you watch it and like you get into it because like the novelty of like the premise,
Hmm.
and like for me personally, I thought it could possibly get boring after the first few
Yeah,
episodes. But
actually,
then as we kept watching together, it was like, nah, it keeps it keeps climbing. It
it
doesn't
gets
actually like get boring, to be honest. Like I don't
yeah.
know, for me, like the arcs never actually went low, like went downhill. It didn't. It always kept going with the momentum after the first episode.
Yeah.
When I thought it was gonna be like the opposite.
And
So
yeah, the fact that they actually got a actual utaite, a singer, to do the singing, like separate from the voice actor, they both did a very good job. And on top of that, just things was like the thing with Kong Ming is like super interesting, right? It's like you have this super interesting concept of Kong Ming being reincarnated, well, kinda, and then you think that honestly, I thought it was gonna be a comedy, like a slapstick comedy, but no, it was actually a really heartfelt story of like a guy who just genuinely wants to support his a singer and became the strategist, right? Strategist. Yeah, I like that. That's so much better than just having slapstick comedy about like Kong doing dumb shit in like modern day Japan, right? It's so
yeah, like Saints Two
interesting.
Young Men.
Okay, I'm not trying to diss on that, but but like I'm not gonna lie, the last time I watched it, it was really boring because it just didn't slap as hard as the first time I watched it. Anyhow, yeah.
Oh, I would like to say Spring had one of the most emotional episodes of the whole year for me, but also one of the most disappointing animes for me as
Really?
well. I'll
What is
start
he
with the most,
talking about?
emotional one. The most emotional one for me was from the football anime, Ayoashi. Yeah, episode 3 just
Ah,
it's the only anime that made me cry this year. And it got a lot of applauded a lot in Japan. People saying like, "Wow, it was a very beautiful episode." And now going to my most disappointing episode anime. Can you guys guess which anime it is?
okay. Most disappointing anime of spring? Let me take a look.
Not just spring, but the whole year that came out of spring, basically.
Oh,
What? I have
okay.
no idea.
It
It's
was
honestly,
Shield Hero. Shield Hero was the
oh,
most
bro, you didn't even
most
let me
disappointing.
guess. You
Yeah,
didn't even give me
I'm
Oh
time to
so
guess. Yeah,
right,
sorry.
sure
that
do.
did come out. The season
Yeah,
two.
even
Oh
though
my
I
god.
honestly I watched the first 10 minutes of it, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? I've been, kind of excited for this, and nope, I dropped it within like
Look,
less than a whole episode.
we can
I
talk.
I feel like
Yeah,
I don't usually drop things. I don't. I really don't. I try 3 episodes, but I just got turned off by
damn.
it.
Yeah.
yeah. That show, I think in general, like just like the consensus was that everyone
Yeah.
was excited when it first came out. Now it's just
Mhm.
like whatever,
It's just nah.
There's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's just no personal conflict to go on
Mm,
now. His personal conflict, his personal feud with the royalty, with like mine and the king, like, which was the main focus of the show, that shit's over. It's gone in the first season. So, unless there's another good personal conflict that comes out of this, I don't think people would care too much about,
And
like,
Mm.
it's how they even start the first episode. Well, like these new characters, they don't even introduce these new characters. Like, what? Did I miss an episode? Like, they just start out of nowhere, and
yeah.
like, and like even like the last few episodes of first season was kind of iffy when they just like, oh wait, who's this girl? Oh, are we supposed to care about her? Oh, she's part of the team now. Okay, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
yeah, it was done really badly.
Alright.
So not just like the whole plot itself, but it's just how they did it was done terribly.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it was rushed for my friend, like, cause I read the light novel with him. I heard it's really rushed or something like that. Like, there's a lot of like, like political stuff
Uh,
they like shoved into the season, and then tried to quickly like get through it to get to like the exciting stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
can we backpedal a little bit real quick? How
what's
did
Okay,
up?
you
quick.
how did you read the light novel with him?
Huh? Oh no, we like in high
What
school
they
we
did though,
bought
they
the
held
book, like
hands.
we bought the
They
light
were just,
novel. Yeah,
Oh.
reading per
we
line together.
put on
Yeah.
seats together, like tables
Yeah, and
together.
then
They would
you
read, they would
each
read
hold
scenes to each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Daisuke would obviously be the shield hero. His friend
yeah,
would be like, the fucking bird girl, or was it the
yeah,
reptile
yeah.
girl?
Philo.
Um,
Reptalia,
Yeah,
yeah,
Natalia.
And he would always
yeah,
do a girl voice, and that's how they read it together,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, you don't
Uh-huh.
have the page? Next page. Okay,
Next
next
page.
page.
Yep, next page.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of cute, bro.
And
They're like
then
sit by the fire, just like cut
yeah,
off
yeah,
and
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
those. Yeah.
and then I go a bit too far. And he's like, "Wait, he dies!" Oh,
You
oh
know,
my god,
when
bro.
Jan actually
It was
said,
a romantic season, so yeah, I can't
yeah,
blame him.
but yeah, on the topic of that, when Jan said disappointing anime from spring, there was two anime that immediately came up to my mind. One is Komi-san, Kertu,
Oh
and
yeah, I can
second
see it. I can see
is
it like that.
yeah, yeah, and second is Shikimori-san.
Mm.
Oh.
Shikomori's yeah, Kawi
Mm.
yeah, Kawi dake janai, yeah. So
Oh.
I don't want to talk honestly. I don't want to talk about them too much. But basically, Komi-san suffered from the usual slice of life, like where it kind of just it's become
Dude, I think
stale.
I thought the animes just got lazy in some parts. I'm like, you get one beautiful scene, then you get like, the fuck is Netflix not paying
It
them
it
enough? Like,
is it
Yeah,
is a bit inconsistent. It is a bit
yeah,
inconsistent, yeah.
I think.
Um,
Okay, I kind of fault episode 1 of season 1. It's too good. That episode is legit the best episode out of Komi-san, and not a single
yeah.
episode afterwards has been able to top it.
dude,
It,
I literally there was this one bad episode. I literally googled, does Komi-san ran out of money? Because that's how bad I thought the episode was. Because I was like trying to see justify like what happened. Did someone get a heart attack? Did someone die? Because that
did
was just how
OOM go
lethal.
bankrupt because of Kobe-san?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, ironically, I think Komi-san actually suffers not from the like it doesn't suffer from the concept. In fact, it's its strongest point. It suffers from the format. Like, sorry, not the
yeah.
format, the genre. Like, I feel like Komi-san shouldn't have been a slice of life, but I think that's going a bit too far because I'm basically denying the author's entire work by
I mean,
saying
I
that.
mean, I think like Kobe-san is like an interesting piece of like anime slash manga in the recent years because it gets so hyped up. Like it was so hyped up before the anime came out
Uh-huh.
because of Komi-san as a character herself. Like I think a lot of people just liked the character more than the actual story. Like
Mhm.
yeah, I saw a fan art of Komi-san way before the anime, and it was everyone on my Twitter. Like like she's
Right.
popular regardless. Like she did not need anime to stay that popular. You know,
Right.
Dude,
um.
it's more
So
time, man.
yeah, yeah. But I think like the problem with like for me, in my opinion, the
Sushi.
story is like the author cannot decide when to go to another chapter of like introducing another friend because like 100 friends, right? They're introducing friends each chapter, then like adding them to like the gags and stuff, and he can't decide between that or actually developing the romance between the main
Yeah.
character and
And the new
Kobe-san.
cast as well. Really.
Yeah, yes. So like when you're reading the manga, it doesn't bother you too much because it's like a few pages each chapter, right? You just right, yeah, next
Yeah.
one. But then you're watching it now, and you have to sit here. And you're gonna be like, damn, when's the next time Kami-san's gonna do something like the main character? Oh, it's gonna be another 6 episodes. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, cool. Like
The-
I think if they wanted to adapt it better, I think they should have moved some arcs around them to
yeah.
like help with the pacing because I thought from knowing the manga, I thought season 2 was going to have at least like the new girl, Monbagi, the Gairu girl.
Mambaki.
And then my
But
friend, and then my friend was like, "Nah, she's not in it yet." I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?" I was like, "So that means
yeah.
season 2 was just like mostly slice of life then, like 90% of the time it was just
Yeah.
slice of life, but
Because
that's like all that season."
introducing Mambaki would have definitely moved the story forward, which
Yeah, or
is
like
what it
you
lacked.
you just do that for like one episode, and then you can go back to slice of life. You gotta give your audience like you gotta cook tease them a bit. You gotta tease them a bit sometimes, alright? But like they don't.
Yeah.
I think Kabu-san is like kind of just sits now. Where it is now, it kind of sits as like that anime that like you just watch it because you feel like it now, not really like oh it's so hype we gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I feel like now at this point.
And if anything, like people were saying like, oh, Komi-san will never get a good adaptation. Well, that's not true now. Because honestly, everything about it, like episode 1 is like the epitome of why they're like how we got kind of like got a very pleasant surprise because they can adapt it. Because all of the things, creative stuff they did, like with the manga panels, the boxes coming in, all that good stuff, like
Yeah, that's true. The
yeah,
direction was really good. The
direction,
direction.
if anything,
Yeah,
was very good. But yeah,
yeah.
hey,
It's
Another
over.
thing with Spring though, there was a lot of animes I didn't have much expectations, but I actually just thoroughly enjoy it. I listing a few was Love After World Domination, Birdie Wing, the golf Yui anime, Venus
Yep.
Line. I actually
Finish
enjoyed that,
line,
and I
finish
will
line.
actually like there was like some no-name animes that I did enjoy, even though there were a few disappointments from the big names such as Komi-san and Shield.
Yep,
And
yep.
it
Yeah.
wasn't too bad of a season, but I think one that really hyped me up was Kaguya. I loved that third season. It felt like a season that they could end it in, but apparently a movie and season 4 was confirmed, and I'm still happy with that. I think also
Mm.
Komi-san had one of my favorite episodes of the year, which was the rap episode. I just loved how they did it, and that ending scene was
Yeah, bring
it's
it
one of my
back.
Yeah.
favorite episodes this year.
It was
Yeah.
For me.
The
so
the
good.
when they dropped that new ED, the rap one specific, I was like, whoa! Like, I thought it was like an ad for a movie. I didn't think it was like from the show itself. Like it was like you finish an episode and that's what you get. I'm like, what?
It's
No
I
way.
That
yeah.
ED,
Yeah.
the song the actual song in the episode, and the build up of the idea of he's the blonde chick's male persona being gay with the main male character. It was just funny for me because it was a slow build up, but I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But yeah,
think
yeah, no,
no. I think for like that show specifically, like you can tell they like the staff who's adapting it, they really love the show. Like the producers, they like I follow some of the people who like worked on like the art design and stuff. Like they love
Mhm.
tweeting about that show. They love talking about it. Like they love working on the anime. So I think like if they carry that, it's gonna be good. Because like the manga ended too. If you didn't know, the
yeah, yeah,
manga
yeah, yeah. I
ended
know. I'm
Yeah.
keen.
and it ended
I'm
really
hoping
well too.
I'm,
So
I'm hoping the anime will continue to the actual end. I'm
yeah,
not sure if
yeah.
the manga, ended well with things, but right now, Komi-san is like one of my top, favorite rom-coms, I think, personally. I
Mm-mm.
Manga? Yeah.
enjoy the format.
Yeah. If anything, I would just like to use this opportunity to say that Giri Giri is severely underrated. The opening of Kaguya. Go listen to it. It's so good.
So you gotta go to one of their lives one. If they ever have a live, I feel like you should go.
I know I will. If they ever have a live, I will be so like if
Singapore
they had
AFA,
them,
Singapore
bro.
AFA, Singapore
Oh
AFA.
my god, I freaked the hell out, bro. Like
Like,
I'm telling you, like
I'm
Daddy
getting
Daddy is
VIP
good,
tickets,
but
Jan. We're going VIP tickets. I don't care. They're only performing 30 minutes. VIP tickets
yeah,
still.
VIP
They do
tickets.
like only the TV size versions of all the songs. You just leave. You're like, oh,
Ah,
oh
don't
my
say
god.
that. Um, okay, there's only for me. There's only one more anime I want to bring up, for
Hmm?
spring.
In spring.
Aharen,
I hadn't.
man.
I
Come
knew
on.
it. I
Yep.
knew.
Come
I
on, dude.
knew.
What else is there to bring up? Aharen? Dude.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I hadn't unexpectedly like pretty good adaptation. Pretty good
yeah.
adaptation.
Very
Pretty
good.
good adaptation. Yeah. I did not expect them to literally skip like 50 chapters for the last episode and be like, they're together now. I'm like, what?
Dude,
Because
it
like,
was so well paced.
and like, it's funny because like them becoming a couple in the anime way earlier in the manga makes no difference.
Makes no difference. So,
It makes no
what's
difference.
great about Aharen is that it's a slice of life, but the things that happen, the characters are like so freaking weird that like when things happen, like it never goes the way that you expect it to go, right? Like when a punchline comes in, you kind of be like, oh, this guy's like gonna misunderstand something. Well, he does misunderstand,
Yeah.
but it just in a completely like wacky
Yeah.
way that just throws you off. And that's
Like,
what I love about Aharen.
it gets carried a lot at the early stages by the concept of like the protagonist is like an overthinker, and he's like imagination is so wild that the punchline is always gonna be something like freaking mundane, like because he goes too insane. That's why like your expectations go high, 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 and you get to the punchline, it's just oh I just got home, oh like you just keep going, but I think like if they keep adapting it I'll be excited for the future arcs when they actually start
Mm.
getting like into like there's no drama, but like when they actually start
Yeah.
talking about like characters' actual like some of my favorite parts in other hand is when they start getting their career papers
Uh-huh.
and they have to actually figure out what they're gonna do like after high school and I was like, oh, I was not expecting, I had to actually like
Actually,
go that,
yeah.
you know, like
Actually,
they get to seriously topics later.
yeah. And what I actually love, I just realized about something because in rom-coms, misunderstandings is like one of the like classic moves the story forward plot device kind of thing, right? But it's always so
Mm.
frustrating because whenever it happens, it creates more and more drama until like at one point it
Yeah, yeah.
explodes and then it resets, right? But I actually just realized that the reason why I enjoy the misunderstandings in Aharen so much is because they're not doing it out of self-interest or selfishness, but it's because they actually care about each other like that much that they have like this misunderstanding like and they genuinely want to fix this problem that doesn't exist. That's what makes it so like
Yeah.
it's very funny, but it's also very wholesome. Yeah.
They never dramatized conflict though. That's the
Yeah.
best part. Like having unnecessary conflict or having like love rivals, that's so annoying. Like,
It actually
cause,
is.
cause, cause like they always do a thing where it's like, oh, they're finally progressing, and the next chapter, and another new character gets introduced, and they're like, nah, well, no, we're not going anywhere. I
Hmm.
just put you guys back 2 hurdles behind now, like kind of thing, right? It's like,
Hmm.
oh, but like no, it's like very comfort type of
Yeah.
show.
And like you
Yeah.
said before, the lover thing, when they act the exact same because the whole ideal is Aharen can't measure distance between people. So she's already really close, quite literally, with Raido.
Yeah.
And then once they become lovers, it's the same shebang. It's just the same stuff.
Yeah.
But like that's not a
But
bad thing at all. Yeah.
exactly. Nah, I'm just excited for more arcs. Because
Yeah.
my favorite arc is not being adapted. It might be WoW as well. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Dude.
I
Yeah.
am waiting.
Well,
I'm
I
just
can say for sure, spring 2022 is like one of the most romantic seasons, not because of the amount of romance it has, but the amount of ups and downs we got this season. So
Hmm.
I
mm-hmm.
enjoyed it. So,
Definitely.
should we move
Definitely.
to summer? Is it getting
Yeah.
summertime now?
Yeah.
Summer.
Summertime.
Uh,
Oh, kimi no
Some
toriko ni
was
na-
pretty good
Yeah.
too. Some
Yeah,
was pretty
hopefully
for
we
good.
will
sure.
get a coffee right.
Like we said, like
Yeah.
but yeah, it just keeps rising, man. Like
Yeah.
spring, winter, we got some good shows. Spring, oh, summer, oh,
Hmm. Can we
oh.
get much higher?
We get much higher.
I
I
can't
believe that's when the
believe
meme came out as well,
God
right? Like,
walked right into it. Hmm?
okay, so who
Yeah,
wants to start with summer?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Big ones. Licorice Recoil. Wow, that was
Ooh,
that was
I
that
ooh.
season.
Dude,
Even though we said spring was quite romantic, we got the best romance, the
Oh yeah.
Yuri romance.
yeah, the best romance that when the couple didn't even get together, people got mad pissed, bro. It
Dude,
was that good.
I love the character designs. Honestly, the uniform and everything. I told my partner, babe, can you cosplay as this? This is really cool. I just like the
Actually,
design.
yeah. Like, yeah, because they really pop out. You can clearly tell that they are polar opposites by just their design alone, which is actually
I
Mm.
amazing. Yeah.
love the uniform. I just love the design. I just love that.
Yeah.
No, I just like the art direction for because of code. Like I will admit it's pretty good. It's an original as well, so
Yeah.
I expected at least at that. Like we talked about in the previous cast. It kind of fell off at the end, but like it's
Yeah.
not bad experience. I don't regret watching it. I don't regret watching
But
it.
I
this season may also have my second most disappointing
yeah,
one.
nah.
Hmm.
My
I have a feud with this show. In fact, I would
this,
argue that it's the worst show that came out this year. But
Um.
talking
yeah.
about two different animes, Kavu.
Huh? Yeah,
We may be
nah.
talking about two different animes.
I absolutely despise shows that had the potential to be very good but fell
I'm a
off.
different show.
Yeah.
This
Like
this anime quite disappointed me, and it's Mao Sama. I was
Yeah.
oh,
I
Second
that's
was
season. That's right.
disappointed in Mao Sama.
Part time.
Like
Part time.
oh,
what was
that's
it,
who,
10 years
eh?
hype, and it's like I think
Hmm.
like you'd think I would learn my lesson from Shield Hero, but like
No, look, listen.
I mean, to be fair,
you can't blame yourself for that. Everyone was
to
looking forward to it.
to be fair, that was like this is like the like one of those shows you said before. It's a 10-year gap.
Yeah.
It's like it. Everyone was hyped for it. And they
And
came back and
That's
it was
why.
like,
That's what's stopping me from watching Avatar. I just don't
honest,
want to get Maui Sama again.
but also red flag a different studio. That's always a red flag as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that's true.
mean, I've watched it anyways, and the studio isn't the biggest problem. I think it's just like what
Direct.
happens
Yeah.
is pretty
Everything,
like
everything. The
really,
pacing, like how they. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, you're definitely right, Daisuke, but, the studio is in charge of that. The direction and shit, so.
No, but I'm saying that like
Yeah.
I've read the original. It
Yeah.
doesn't change anything to me. Like the original is not better. The
Oh.
content is the same. They didn't mess up. They didn't mess up adapting at all. It's the same.
But why didn't they
So
make it 24 episodes instead of 12? That's the
I
question,
don't.
right?
Because
I
they knew
had
they had
no
dog shit.
idea.
They just didn't want to have dog shit for 2 seasons. So like
No idea. No
Yeah,
idea,
I
man.
think someone brought up the argument that they wanted to gauge interest to see if people are still interested in Miles Summer.
Yeah, I
But
think I
like,
said that
yeah.
a while back. But again, I don't know. I don't know what
I
happened.
don't know. All right,
It's kind of a mystery.
with the disappointments out of the way, we can actually talk about the good stuff.
Right.
Yeah, we have. I'm gonna save that one for last. Call of the Night, very good.
Oh no.
You've got no that. Okay, that's it. That's all we can have.
No, no, I love. I have to. I have to point out. I love what the anime did for the background for that show. Actually, like,
Dude.
don't forget, purple buildings, piss colored buildings.
Dude.
Like, I'm joking about that, but it
Yeah.
actually does look good. It does look good. Like,
It's
I didn't think they'd go that far. In terms of like making everything look so nice
color
at night.
contrast is so
Yeah.
beautiful. Like it
Like
really.
like when you have episodes that happen in the daytime for the first half, and then the
Yeah.
second half is like at nighttime. It's like, completely
Like,
different city. It looks
for
like
yeah,
yeah.
for a show that is supposed to show the appeal of the night, it really does. Like,
Yeah.
a light looks so damn pretty in that freaking
Yeah.
Like whenever you watch it, man, whenever it's nighttime, I swear to God, like you take one look at the background, and you're like, God damn.
Yeah. Like they really like went like all in with like doing the atmosphere of the show specifically, like just what it like what you should be feeling when you're watching a scene happen. It's like daytime, everything's mundane, right? Anything that happens during daytime, it's like really low key irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
And then most of the stuff that like is really big or like the focus of the show is at nighttime, and that's why everything looks so much better. You're more invested when it's nighttime, kind of thing.
And the
Yeah.
art style translated very well into the anime as well. Gotta say. Like whenever the gags, like the soft face gags comes in, I just
Yeah,
love that.
exactly.
Yeah.
I really appreciate them also like they got creepy nuts to do the OST. That really helped it a lot.
Yeah.
Getting the band that the show is based on, that's actually pretty like I think
That's a
I don't
flex
know
and a
how
half
hard it
right
was to
there.
get that. Yeah, I don't know how hard it is to get that kind of arrangement, but to me that I think that seems kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like you have to get the band and then you have to get them to work on the show and then get them to do the OST because
Yeah.
you asked them.
And it's so
Like, I was-
freaking it's so cool
Yeah.
as well because the author was like, hey, can I make a manga based on you guys' one song? They said yes, and now they're back.
Yeah.
It's like a full
and then for the anime they got them back for the show.
yeah. Oh,
That's pretty
man.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty
It was
good.
full cycle, man. Full cycle.
But yeah, also a very good spin on the vampire genre as well, actually, I'd say. It's kind of we've seen a lot of vampire stuff out there. And it's all like sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's okay. But this one, no, I quite like it's very unexpected. You wouldn't think it's a rom-com out of all things, but it is.
I mean,
I'd say
a
it is
lot
rom-com.
of this season though, to be fair, doesn't focus too much on the vampire stuff.
Yeah.
It's like set up. All of his love is set up,
Some
so
of
it
the-
doesn't factor in.
Yeah, what are you trying to play poker? What do you have that sunglasses on for the entire time, man?
because I'm cool like that. I actually oh shit, it's so bright. Oh my god, why did I do that?
What do you think was gonna happen, dude?
I've been wearing sunglasses for the past hour.
Bro,
Now it's so bright.
are
I
you?
actually have two highlights from myself. Oh, well, I did like Luca we call it,
Uh-huh.
but my second favorite highlight is Overlord. Not because the anime was really good. I'm just a big Overlord fanboy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like the anime was pretty fun in the first half, but I think it kind of got midish in the second half.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Um, yeah, but I think my first highlight, I think you can both agree, could maybe even be one of the best animes this year is
He's gonna say it. He's gonna say
Cyberpunk.
it. Yup, Cyberpunk. There it is.
Cyberpunk,
No way,
yeah,
bro. No way.
Oh
it
damn! I thought he was gonna say Rent a Girlfriend season 2. My bad.
Ah.
no, yeah, no, that is right. It's Rent a Girlfriend. That's the best anime of this year.
Shit.
Are you ready for the next season when they adapt? Oh,
No,
I don't
no,
want to
no.
say
It's
it.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Look, you guys know me. I'm not a gamer, so I try to stay away from any anime based on game. However, this one is by Trigger, and you guys know me as well, being a Trigger simp, and I would watch anything that's Trigger. And I loved Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It was a really good, spin-off, 10
Yeah.
episode spin-off of the game Cyberpunk.
And
So
guess what? This anime is a love letter to all triggered simps out there. Because it's actually genuinely very, very good. And I think you don't need to hear it out from us because everyone has been talking about it. Like literally
Hmm.
everyone and their grandmother knows about this goddamn show.
that's not what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Rebecca's
like, I have to say though, I think for me, because I am a big Trigger fan, a lot of the recent shows for me have been pretty sleeper. Like
Mm-hmm.
before this one, because like, okay, Brand New Animal was alright, but Darling in the
Yeah.
Franxx,
Okay.
Darling in the Franxx.
Okay. Darling in
Yo,
the Franxx.
it had potential. Like I didn't mind the piloting style where you have to pilot from the girl's ass. I put that aside. I put that aside. They have potential, but like Trigger needs to put the whole alien invasion for the end episode on the side. Like you don't need to do that every anime, guys. Like calm
No,
down.
but like, it's funny to me because the premise of what happens in the second half sounds really cool when you just say it to me. But when I watched it, I was like when they told me, it was like, so there's dinosaurs in space. I was like, oh, that's kind of sick. And then I watched it and I was like,
You
Okay,
turn
but
into a dinosaur, bro.
aside being Trigger,
they lost all
what I
my
also
points.
love about this anime is the OST. I just
Yes.
Oh, yep.
the soundtrack was
I mean, the
Da-
OST is from the game, so it's very good how they incorporated tracks from the video game into the anime. I think it's like really good as well that like it's an original story, so you don't have to play the game
oh
to
Yeah.
watch
yeah.
it, right? It's a standalone, so watch 10
Yeah.
episodes. You can watch it literally in an afternoon. We did that.
Yeah,
Boom.
we did.
You
Yep,
know?
we really did binge watch it. It was and also fun fact, they also started putting stuff that happened in Edge Runners into the actual game.
Oh yeah,
So it helped
Okay,
boost the game
kind of
up a
revived
little
the
bit.
game, didn't it? Like the game was kind
because
of
the game
Yeah.
got patched a big patch at the same time as the anime, so it was an ad campaign as well.
yeah,
So
yeah.
makes sense. Makes sense.
This
And
like I don't watch many game adaptations because I don't really
adaptations,
find
yeah.
but this might be one of my favorite anime based on a game.
Oh, for sure.
Like they did a really good job.
They grabbed everything that was interesting about the cyberpunk universe, gave us like characters we really cared about, and just went boom.
Mm.
And man, what an experience.
Rebecca best girl. Rebecca's best girl.
No,
Rebecca.
no, it's Maron. Maron's best skill.
I just love that thing, that news article where the guys, hey, we don't need Rebecca. Then the studio's like, oh no, Rebecca has to stay. The lolly has to stay. Like,
Yeah. Come on, Rebecca's important to the plot, bro.
No, guys, when he does it with him, it's actually super important to the story. It's like it's gonna be for 10 minutes straight. No. Listen. It's gonna be for 10 minutes straight. No interruptions. It's super important. You need to know it. You need the context for the last episode. Okay. I trust
Okay,
you. I
yep,
trust
yep.
you.
All right,
oh wait,
so
we also got JoJo part
part
what
six.
part
Part
of we
six.
on?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
You wanna
we'll
put that
talk
Because
later?
it
about
did
that
finish.
later.
That
We
is
did mention
crazy.
before. We did mention before. Oji-san we did mention before, so we don't really need
Oji-san.
to talk about Oji-san.
Jason.
I
You
would.
guys,
Hmm?
what you guys want to talk about? Anything else in summer that?
Okay, I will say that I will talk about Made in Abyss season 2 one day. Not now. I haven't watched it yet.
I
That's
think it's
unfortunate,
actually
yeah.
a lot of people's favorite anime that season, but I don't know if Dasuke, have you watched it or
Watch. Wait.
Made in
I
Made
made
Abyss
in
it
season
Made
this.
in
2, yeah.
yeah.
No, I have not. I have
We
not. I
I
have not caught
apologize
up.
to the viewers,
Yeah.
but none of us watched
Yeah,
Made in.
we apologize. Dude, I swear, I am a Made in Abyss fan. Please, believe me. I just haven't watched it yet. I
I
will get to it.
I just have friends who follow Rain of this, and then they like send each other like memes or like images from the show, and it's always like effed up shit, and I'm like, oh
Oh, Made in
man.
Abyss for you. That's Made in Abyss for you.
So
Um,
I kind of know what happens.
Also, actually, I would like to rescind one of my statements from before. I said
What?
Licorice Recoil is the worst anime to come out of this year. That's actually far from the truth. The
Oh,
one
is it
that
the biscuit?
title, yep, that title
I'm
goes to
not
Rizla
sure.
and the
I
Biscuit
knew
Hammer.
straight away. Man,
We
I
watched the
was so
same
hyped for
show,
that
dude.
show. It was
Oh
so
wait, guys, I realized we forgot another thing in Winter 22, and
Oh,
that's part two of another good anime. I forgot about it. Was
yeah.
summer ranking.
Go
Oh,
Was,
oh
summer
my
ranking.
god.
yeah.
Oh
So
god,
going back
actually,
to Winter
yeah.
22, guys, I apologize for not mentioning, but
Uh,
summer
go
ranking was.
Yeah.
Go summer
I
ranking
think
is
this is
solid.
part two because we completely forgot to talk about it, but
I
but
mean,
It's
yeah,
solid.
look,
yeah,
do we even
Solid
include
show.
it in this year?
yeah.
Because it's technically like last
Came
year.
out in 2021 fall, but the final part did came out in winter 2022. So
Hmm.
I will say that it's definitely a very good anime, but I don't know about including it this year because there's already a lot of good shows that came out of this year.
I
Yeah.
would include it. I would include it.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
We'll
I
see.
think I went good because what happens in that season is like pretty good. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
pretty good.
All
Pretty
right.
good.
Fair enough then. But otherwise, other than that, yeah, nothing. I mean,
It's
there's
just summer,
Ruby,
guys.
but see ya. Goodbye,
No,
Ruby.
Ruby is that's a whole can of worms.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's too much to talk about that
Goodbye,
show.
Ruby. We don't talk about it. All right.
Oh, what a
We don't
rude.
talk about Ruby.
We don't
We don't
talk
talk about.
about Ruby. Ruby.
Okay,
My wedding day.
And now,
Guys, sorry, I watched
for
Encanto
yeah,
a few minutes
you
ago.
watch Encanto. Yes, we know. Yes, we know you
I
watch
like
Encanto.
Encanto. I like the music in Encanto. You can't hate
nobody
me for
talks
that.
about. Nah, I like the
No,
music
but
too.
bro,
The
no,
music is
no,
really good.
no. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, but now for the explosive finish of the year.
Dude,
God
for him.
damn, dude.
This season made the
For
whole year for me.
for
This just this season
2022.
Holy
alone.
Holy
crap.
shit,
This
guys.
season alone made it for me.
For
Like,
2022.
2022.
Dun, dun, dun,
I think
dun, dun, dun.
let's just end the video now because we all know we can't. I feel like 422 was so good we can't talk about it.
Okay, it's been banned.
nothing we could say could describe the true visceral experience of
Yeah.
experiencing anime in
I'll go
420.
first if you guys don't mind. I'll go first for
Yeah,
422.
go.
Yeah,
So
go
as
go.
you guys can tell, like past season, 10 years waits. I've been disappointed again and again. We got this one anime, another 10-year wait. Wasn't much expectation, but it had an opposite effect. I loved it, and you can probably guess what anime that is. It's what we use to clean our clothes or dye our hair. I don't know. It's
Dude,
Bleach. I
I can't
I
believe you
love
didn't say it's the A Summer anime. I'm so disappointed.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say
I
Yatsura.
Oh,
I just love Bleach. Like they did so well. Like this is part one as well. They didn't even finish it, but I know you guys didn't watch it, so I'll just make it quick. But they did a great job with Bleach. Like I didn't think because like the final arc in Bleach felt rushed to me.
mhm.
So
Mm.
just having an anime form, like they went so hard. They didn't need to do it. Like they did
I
extra new characters for it. The songs, I was like, damn.
Nah, you know what? In my
mm.
opinion, they needed it. It's been too long. It came
Yeah,
out. Everyone was excited because, like, what I've heard from Bleach, there's a lot of things. Like, the manga chapters got lazy. The ending was
yeah.
bad.
A lot of
Like,
negative stuff.
all that stuff.
I wasn't that
And
hyped,
then,
but
boom.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
a
I didn't watch
beautiful.
it, but I have a friend who's like obsessed with Bleach, and he was talking about it with me. Yeah, no, it turned out really great.
Yeah.
many fans can agree because apparently I'm looking at the rating on for the AniList and it's 9.17. That's pretty
Whoa,
solid.
that's
Almost
huge.
almost
Yeah.
10, bro.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Damn,
Almost 10.
that's like,
yeah.
like the
But
highest.
it's confirmed for
Yeah,
July, so
yeah. To give you guys like to give you guys like what's it called? The highest
Context.
anime, yeah, the highest rated anime is like around 9.2 or 3 something. So the fact that
yeah.
Bleach is 9.17 is freaking huge. That's like at
Dude,
least top 50.
Yeah.
they did an
I mean, to be
incredible job.
fair, when I will say, like, okay, I like Mao, but like Mao is also that place where it's like when a show gets really popular, review bomb it, drop
Oh,
it.
true. Oh,
You
I thought
know?
okay. I
Yeah,
thought we were talking about any of
and
this. I'm
Bleach.
not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, Needless, yeah. But I mean, it's both the same though. Communities are similar, you know, the same type of
Yeah,
people, you know.
yeah.
Show gets high rating, review bomb it. But Bleach kind of stayed out of the sidelines, so I think it stays okay because another show got bombed in terms of rankings. So we need to talk about that.
Like, I mean,
So
I'm just gonna add the comment that AniList is kind of consistent there because I feel like it gets less review bombed.
does it?
It's
That's
yeah,
good then.
yeah. Cause
Yeah, so
like, hmm.
this season we actually got lots of shows. We got My Hero Academia. We got actually the final season of Mob Psycho. It's fully finished now. People can now binge it. And yeah, that was a beautiful episode, Mob Psycho. My Hero Academia could be better, but it's still good. We got obviously Chainsaw Man. You know, you guys.
Like we were talking about like
Yeah.
what like naming the top 5 shows of this year.
Uh,
Literally all mine are like taken over by the
From
season.
for
yeah, this
2022.
season
This season
actually.
is too good for me personally. This season is so good,
A
so
bit,
good,
a
so
bit
good.
about a bit controversy though. I'm not sure if you heard it. I told Daru when we met up 2 days ago.
Hmm.
Apparently, some fans actually don't like Chase the new anime
Yeah,
Chase.
it's very
Like,
interesting. I
they
mean, I
even
can
had
talk
a
about it.
yeah they
Oh
had
my
a
god.
petition saying, "Hey, you guys fuck up, please remake this." I was
Hmm.
like surprised, and it obviously made news because it is about Chainsaw Man. So I don't know if the news is
Hmm.
overhyped or anything, but I could see
I
a bit of their reasoning because again, we haven't touched the manga years, so I completely forgot what happened because it's been so long.
hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. I can talk about it if you
Oh,
want to talk about it because
Yeah,
I did reread the manga so I know
yeah,
what they're exactly talking about.
yeah. No, no, go for
wow.
it, go for it, go for
Let's
it.
go.
Yeah, so like the whole thing is like people don't like the directing for the anime because like it's like it's like being directed like a cinematic live action film and
Mm,
people don't like that.
yeah.
Personally, like if I want to be like like if I want to like throw all my logic out, I would just like be like, what are you talking about? Are we watching the same show? But I understand what they mean. But
Yeah.
the problem is like I think what's happening is like I realize now that there are two types of Chainsaw Man fans, right? Where like there are people who read the story and they're like, oh, it's like a drama that's like has a lot of serious stuff, but it has comedy bits and pieces and action scenes on the side, right? There's
Hmm.
other people who will like watch it the opposite way. Like they're like, no, this is an action shonen like comedy show, and then sometimes it has serious things, right? So I
Hmm.
think people who don't like the cinematic approach are those latter, like those type of people. Like they want to see like bombastic action, like from the
Mm,
get go, right? They want to see like Kimetsu no Yaiba, like Demon Slayer kind of animation, right? But like, uh, I get what they're saying, but for me, I don't think it fits the show. Like, I think it's better this way because you can tell that like the anime is so different from the manga now, right? Like,
I did get a
there's
feeling like the manga just had a different when I was it had such a different vibe from the anime.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
cause for me, like, I don't watch like too many films, but I've watched the films that like inspire Chainsaw Man. Like I know like what directors it's based off of and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how the opening is all references to films, right? I know most
Yeah.
of the right because I've seen some of those movies already,
Hmm.
and like the idea is like I think an interesting person like on the internet like I was talking to brought up that like it's like watching the same movie but they're directed by two different people basically.
Mm,
So like
Wow.
the manga is like a Tarantino movie or something, right? And then the anime is like a Scorsese film, you know, if
mm.
you like. Like for context, if you guys don't know who those people are, it's like Tarantino is the guy who made Shawshank Redemption, Kill Bill, that kind of movies, like very flashy, like quick, like quick, fast-paced stuff. Like like that's the biggest thing as well. Like pacing, a lot of people did not like how like in the anime they added a lot of extra scenes for like stuff that happens after the big action stuff. Like Aki is like one of the biggest characters who got like so many extra new anime scenes now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, the scene of him like in episode like I think 4 or something, you get that whole scene of him waking up and doing his whole like routine. That's not in the manga, right? You also don't get like that many extra scenes for like when he finds out for like, well, spoilers obviously, like
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hibano's death. He's in a hospital bed, like the whole crying thing. That's not in the manga either. That's like only like maybe a few frames, like few panels in the manga, right? They extended that scene for so long, and then we get extra scenes with like Kobeni as well. Like you can see that like for the anime, they're really trying to go for like, this like very atmospheric show. Like it's like when shit gets real, shit gets real, right? And like they really want to like emphasize when characters like are basically like trying to cope with the aftermath of a lot of the stuff. But in the manga, it's like this person dies, boom, this guy dies, boom, let's go, next one, boom, this one, now, right? I think that's the difference. And like I don't know. I think
Yeah.
regardless of what happens, like if they keep it the same way, there's just gotta be people who are not gonna like it. But
I'm
like
like,
Yeah, they also kind of stretched out the arc
it's
itself because
kind of
yeah.
crazy to think that like people always want a good adaptation for the manga, right? Of course, everyone would want that.
Mm.
However, it's kind of strange for people who just want a complete copy paste of the manga when they're two different mediums.
Yeah,
Like,
that is that's true. Cause like it's weird because like it's called an adaptation. Like it's in the name, right?
right? Yeah.
Like you take something into a different medium and then you change some stuff so it fits the medium.
Yeah.
Not the other way around. You don't make an anime to just be like the manga, right? Like that
they
makes
could
no
just read the
sense.
manga then.
Just read
Like,
the
Yeah,
manga.
why
just read the
read the
manga. Yeah,
manga?
like, that's
Like
what
like just
we're saying.
like and
No, I'm
like if
into
you want to
it.
watch it in
I'm
motion,
like,
and then if you don't want to like read it, put on the PowerPoint slideshow or something. Then there you go. There's your anime. Like what are you talking about? Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
I don't get it. Like for example,
yeah,
another big one that was like discussed a lot for Chainsaw Man. Like I think it's interesting that Bocce the Rock was in the
mm,
same season as Chainsaw Man, and I'm
right.
bringing it up because Bocce the Rock does like very similar things to Chainsaw Man in terms of like anime adaptation, but like you can tell it's so biased towards one of the other, right?
Mm.
Like once Chainsaw Man did certain things, people would shit on it and then praise Butchie the Rock for doing it. And then when Butchie the Rock did certain things, people would shit on that and then praise like
I
Chainsaw
think
Man,
it's
right?
expectations.
Exactly,
Expectations.
exactly. Like
It's
for sure, it's expectations. Like
Oh, by the
because
way,
you.
guys, I'm only one episode Bocce the Rock, so can we not spoil Bocce the Rock for me, please?
dude,
Thank you.
there's
Oh,
nothing to
I'm not
spoil.
playing.
There's
I'm not playing.
nothing to spoil.
Yeah,
Okay, the only
yeah.
thing to spoil is
No,
like
no, no, shut
the
up, no,
jokes.
She.
come on,
The
stop,
jokes, yeah.
The only thing that just
no,
sports is
no
not
joke. Even all the jokes. I don't want like no, no. I'm looking. I watched episode 1 a few days ago with my partner, and I'm kind of keen for it.
Mm.
I didn't expect it to have so much praises because I guess I kept on comparing it with K-On! Because I'm a diehard K-On! Fan. That's why I even watched the live concerts where the seiyus would
Yeah.
have the
Okay,
instruments and everything.
so
Mm.
so the similarities between K-On! And Bocce, they there's a band, there's
High school girls.
a girl joins the band. The
Yeah,
similarity ends.
Yeah,
Like
pretty much.
like I mean like cuz you're just like, "Oh yeah, it's K-On!" Yeah, it makes sense because they're both band anime, but the way they
yeah.
approach it is vastly
High school band.
different.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
And
before I get to Butcher the Rock though,
yeah.
I will say like Chainsaw Man, it's like it like what I was gonna say before is like CGI. That was a
Oh,
big thing people complain a lot about.
Yeah.
I don't understand it though. I thought it was really good. I thought the way they
same.
incorporated CGI was pretty good,
Past
but a
it.
lot of people were
I
complaining
know.
about it.
I know a lot of
People,
anime that's CGI nowadays. I'm like, I just got
yeah.
past it.
I think the
I'll
problem though for Chainsaw Man was that a lot of people were being very nitpicky about it as well,
Yeah.
and
for sure,
like
for sure.
um
So
And I think the whole like, oh, petition to stop the creator, like it gives like ammunition for people who just want to be like haters,
Mm.
like
Yeah.
not like antis, right? Like they gave a lot of like room for antis to also harass people on the staff. And I
Mm.
saw that on Twitter. I did not like that. That is
Yeah.
very disappointing, and that's very disappointing to see. And like, the problem is you can't do anything about it because to people who don't watch Chainsaw Man or people who don't know what's happening, they're just gonna assume that's the Chainsaw Man community, and that's so disgusting.
Toxic,
Like
bro.
yeah,
Toxic.
We
yeah,
we want nothing to do with those people, honestly.
yeah. Like
Nothing.
Yeah, I
for
think
me,
anime
from
is
the
fine
very
as
beginning.
it is. Like,
Yeah, exactly,
I mean,
exactly. It's
it
fun
doesn't
as it
really
is.
make it like.
Like I
Hmm.
have I do this really lame joke. I do it a lot, and I know it's lame as fuck. But every time I
Like,
see CG on screen in an anime, I always just exaggerate it and point it out. Like, oh my god, CG, CG car, CG car, right?
Yeah.
But like, cause like the thing is with certain anime that actually like have good CG, I sometimes do it unconsciously because it's just like, you could have done better, right? Like you see
Mm.
this bad CG and you're
oh my God,
like,
man, you could have done better.
could have done better.
Could have done
But
better.
like for shows, like especially for Chainsaw Man, right? You look at the CG, and yes, at first it's a bit uncanny because it's like this really sharp transition between 2D to 3D.
Mm.
But like once it happens, like as soon as you learn that in episode 1 that wasn't even CG, it really makes you question yourself like, am I even judging this
Mm.
properly? And
Like
so yeah.
I I just gotta like jump in and say like I think the problem now these days with anime in general is that you get too many know-it-alls. Like too many people who act like what animating is like. I don't know anything about animating, so you're not gonna see me going out of my way saying like, the frame on frame 25 on this scene's particularly isn't very good. The Sakuga is very off. Like no, I'm not saying anything like that, right? You got too
Mm.
many people who like these days they just say like the animation's bad, and then they start discrediting like the staff members who are overworking their asses off for you. By the way,
Yeah.
they're overworking their asses for you. Like I think that's kind of disingenuous as well to like shit
Oh
on
yeah,
them
for
for
sure.
like
And they're probably like illegally watching it as well. They're not even
yeah
getting
yeah
you know,
like
shit.
like of course you can
Because like,
criticize the work, but I think like it's going to the point now where it's just nitpicking. Like you just put it out because you want to be like, oh, look how smart I am. I'm so smart for noticing that it's CGI. And then like
Uh,
as the Wu said, it was so funny when episode 1 came out. Everyone was like, "It's CGI," and then the producer had like people who did scenes for that thing, like people who did
yeah.
like frames for it, had to come out and be like, "It's not CGI," and they were like, "No,
See,
it's clearly CGI." They're
yeah.
lying. They're lying. It
See,
was like
yeah. See,
you don't know what you're talking about.
the main point is like when people do use CGI, like yes, there are some times in anime where people are forced to use CGI because to cut time, to like make it easier on the animators and stuff, right? And
Yeah,
either although we point it out and we laugh at it, we kind of let it go, right? It's not like we're like, oh, redo this. This is so bad. This is terrible, right? And then
yeah.
you get cases like this where they actually do CG right, but then
And they still get shit
people
for it.
and you get
Yeah,
shit for it. Like it's
yeah. It's like no
it's
winning. There's no winning. There's no
yeah,
winning
right?
there. There's no winning. Like, cause I was so impressed by it. Like, I actually learned about how they animate things like that now because of that happened. Like, because of the controversy, I got to learn something out of it. I got to learn like, oh, I didn't know you could do that animation. That's so sick. I didn't know you could like draw in like in a certain animation style that it looks like CG, so that
Mm,
when you insert CG, you cannot see it at all because it's so seamless between frames. I was like, I didn't know you could do that. That's so crazy.
yeah.
But you know, like even but like the reality is that even though I know that and they still do it, they're gonna get shit for it. Like they're gonna they'll as time goes on, anime will just get better and better with like CGI because we're using it so much now. But
Mm,
people are just gonna still gonna shit on it. It is what it is. Unfortunate.
so
Um.
common nowadays. You just see it everywhere.
yeah.
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 But
No.
yeah,
Like
otherwise
Oh,
Chainsaw Man's very good. It really
oh
is.
What is this?
So
I
fucking
just
good.
love how they have like 13 different ending songs.
Oh, they brought
Dude,
it back.
when they announced the EDs, I was like, what?
You could literally have
Yeah.
a Chainsaw Man party and just have these songs as the
you
soundtrack.
your Spotify playlist been like, is
The
this all just Chainsaw Man endings?
it's yeah, it's genuinely so interesting because like anime used to do this like there are more than a few instances of anime doing this back then. Like biggest one
Hmm.
I can think of is Monogatari series, right? That would
Monogatari, yeah.
yeah, they would have a different ED. And now they're bringing it back, and it's so appropriate because every episode feels like a different arc,
Hmm.
right? Same as Monogatari, where after every single episode, it's like episodic, focusing on one apparition, one person who's being affected, right? And then they would have an ED based on that. And then now we
Hmm.
have Chainsaw Man, and then it kind of like it's another nod towards how Chainsaw Man does how their pacing and their episodes. Every episode is going to be a bit different, and every episode is going to be talking about something different, and it's
Hmm.
perfectly encapsulates that in the ED sequences, right?
Yeah. Like, I think, like, for me, like, of course I'm gonna be biased because I love Chainsaw Man, but, like, I think everything about the production was, like, I feel like they worked really well together, like, from the music to, like, set pieces and like the new scenes they added, like you can tell that like they understand what was so good about the original. They understand like what why people like Chainsaw Man to begin with, and they just like they try to tie everything into it. Like, because for me, I'm the kind of guy who likes looking to like random things about shows. Like for me, I like looking to the lyrics of the songs
Mm-hmm.
for anime and stuff, right? And like learning that every ED and even the opening has relations to stuff that happens in the show, and even like foreshadow stuff that happens later. I was like, oh shit, they're going that far. Like,
Yeah,
there's some EDs that literally, if you know the context, it spoils stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like later
Oh,
on,
oh,
it
oh.
straight up just says like it just spoils something later on. It's like I didn't know that like we're going that far,
that's
and
insane.
um
Wow.
you can tell that they researched like really hard. Um like for me, I gotta point out like ED3,
Uh huh.
Devil Demon. That one's like the one that everyone says like it's like the most encapsulating of Chainsaw Man in general, like the screamo type of music and stuff like that. Um, but like the visuals is like it's not random ass visuals. It's like all very like
Related
in
to the
tone with the show.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like of course you have like EDs for example where like the Hibano episode where like she's getting drunk. Like
Oh
obviously
yeah.
it's gonna be
Better
about it's gonna
Jew.
be it's yeah it's about his like descent to like craziness because he's getting like he's around her like the intoxication basically, right? Like that's very easy to point out. But
Mm-hmm.
like ED's like free is like imagery about stuff like about the show in its central themes and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like for example, I didn't know that like the whole reason why Chainsaw Man is called Chainsaw Man and why Makima is like the big like antagonist basically for the show is that chainsaws originally used to be for childbirth. If you guys didn't know that, the original use for chainsaws was for childbirth, and like Makima throughout the show is like symbolized as like like Denji's like mother or like she's like basically manipulating. She's basically grooming him,
You know,
right?
we probably should have had a spoiler. Probably should have a spoiler
What do you
thing.
mean?
Like, because I mean, like, at this point, I don't think people would have known that Makima is the main, you know, antagonist of the show yet.
Oh, I
We
mean
made
no. I mean,
too deep,
I meant like she's like the big threat. Yeah. No, but
Yeah.
she's not really the big antagonist though. It's the
so
gun
not too
devil.
deep.
The gun devil's
The
the
Gun
big
Devil
antagonist.
was the bad
Gun,
guy, guys.
Gun
The Gun
Devil.
You
Devil.
can't
Yeah.
wait. You guys
Alright,
wait for gun
Jan,
devil.
you're gonna have to do a little bit of editing on that one.
I'm not gonna do shit because Jan is too lazy. Let's move on to a different anime, guys.
I didn't say anything wrong though. The gun devil's the main villain. Wakanda
Oh,
Lager.
Spy Family. Yep, I've been enjoying Spy Family. You guys been enjoying Spy
dude.
Family?
Oh my
The
god.
movie. When are we getting the movie? Is it a cruise ship arc? I'm waiting
I
for the
feel
cruise
like
ship arc.
it is. Me and Delu said the same thing. We believe it's a cruise ship. We think it's a cruise
We
ship.
want it to be the
But
cruise ship.
I think one thing I do want to point out is that it's doing what Demon Slayer and Jujutsu is doing. Rather than making some, non-canon filler movie, they're doing something like, hey, let's pick an arc and make that into a movie. Because not only a higher budget, this will make maybe do something different, bring in more demographic, and it's been working.
Mm,
Like, Jujutsu's movie did really well, Demon Slayer movie did really well, and Spy Family is obviously doing the same thing as well. Well, we don't know it's a cruise ship, huh? We don't
mm.
know.
We
We
don't
don't know,
I think
but
in
know.
general, a lot of amateurs doing that now. They're considering doing that now.
because
Unfortunate
yeah,
Haikyuu kind of did the
uh,
opposite, but
IQ kind of.
unfortunate.
I feel like that's a bit different,
Haikyuu's an
but
exception.
Yeah, they did the
uh,
opposite. To
yeah,
be
they
honest, yeah. No, but if
season
it's Christian Mark,
three confirmed. Like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited. Long time Spy Family fan, and I'm probably gonna be a big Anya next year for Halloween or
Yeah.
something. Probably Anya court live forever. But yeah, no, Spy Family has been good.
But
No,
yeah, like you can see that they're making it like it feels like they're making it into movie because it becomes like an extension. Like they want to take
it
more
brings in
effort.
new viewers, and it brings in viewers that want to know what's gonna happen because
Yeah,
they know
and yeah,
canon.
and plus for like such a big like epic thing, you would want to see it on the graced like the big screen, right? That would be really
Oh,
epic.
mm,
For Haikyuu, it's kind of the opposite. It feels like they just want to get it over with, which
yeah.
is unfortunate. But yeah,
yeah, like
otherwise,
Haikyuu's. Hmm.
yeah,
But Spy Family, I've been enjoying.
for sure, for sure.
Season 1 came out, got super
Well,
popular. Everyone loves Spy Family now.
Everyone
yeah,
loved it.
Everyone loves Spy Family.
Uh,
I mean,
yeah,
there's quite a bit I could talk about Spy Family.
but
But
can
it's
we move on?
like,
You want to move
yeah, we
on, or
can you can easily move on.
quick?
Like,
yeah.
all I can say is that I'm hyped for cruise ship arc because like that arc is like one of my favorite arcs from the
Yeah.
manga. And then like it's even better because as soon as that arc finishes and we get back to the anime, the next arc of that is like even better. You know what I mean? Like,
Spice,
Hmm.
spice, spice.
I
I'm
do.
just,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how they're gonna make it a movie because I'm pretty sure. How many chapters was that arc?
so
Oh, I don't remember. It's been
funnily
a while.
enough, I reread the manga recently. It is like about 10. Like it's a
10
lot actually.
chapters.
They
Oh
could actually do a movie
wow,
out of it. They actually
dude!
can do a movie
I
out of
thought it
it.
was like something like 6. I
Nah.
completely
No,
forgot.
I when I
Yeah,
was rereading it, I realized that I actually spent almost half a year reading one arc.
yeah.
Spy Family,
Holy
because
crap.
it's a bi-weekly manga,
My
not
family.
Wow.
weekly.
The manga comes like it's once
Every
every
two
2 3
weeks.
weeks, and
Hmm.
Every
sometimes you
two
just get
weeks.
6 pages or something. That's why you can kind of see season two. When you get part one to
Slowing
part two of
down,
cartoons and
right?
anime, you get like an even amount, but they can see about a different like, oh, part one's 15 minutes, part two's 5 minutes. Like you can see the different times from season two. I mean part two.
I
Mm.
do feel that it does slow down a lot, which was like when, you know, I kind of just went, oh, damn. Like I wanted to see a bit more of Spy Family, but I guess we just have to see like more slice of life episode for now. But hey, they're not bad though.
Yeah,
They're not bad.
yeah.
It's just
I do
Some-
think for like season 2, maybe it wasn't the best idea to start with the Bond arc, because I think that still was the best part of season
Part two.
2.
Technically, this isn't season two. It's part two.
Oh yeah,
Season
part
part
two.
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 Yeah.
Season
Like
two is confirmed.
I
Part
think but starting part 2 with the Bond arc, I think
two.
was a bit too high of a note,
Too
because
hasty.
I
Yeah.
think that arc is still pretty good. Because after that, it's like it goes back to slice of life, honestly,
Yeah.
right? I don't think we had another arc during that
And
part.
like talking about part one, how part one ended was also super freaking weird as well. If you guys
Yeah,
remember,
I
Yep. Yep.
I love it. I love when they edit it with the recap episode. That's so sick. I love
I
getting a
know
recap of the
I
whole entire show.
The
like
Bordeaux episode, man. It's a Bordeaux episode.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, that's pretty
that
much
but
Spy Fam.
Just to
yeah,
quickly touch on My Hero Academia, I will assume you guys don't watch it. But yeah, the final arc is starting next season. So good for My Hero Academia. The manga is nearly finished as well. And we're gonna see Dark Deku next season, I guess. That's all I just want to say for
Yo,
the My
Black
Hero Academia.
Deku.
Dark Deku. Dark,
oh,
Dark
John,
Oh
can you
Deku.
my
edit it out?
god.
John, can you edit
I
that?
said Dark Deku. Um,
Well,
I
what
guess
is I? What
another
am I
anime.
saying?
I guess
I'm not
another
saying.
anime that you guys probably. I don't know. Have you guys watched Blue Lock? Have you touched it or nah?
Block?
Too
Wait,
many sexy
block?
The
guys or
the
Blue Lock?
blue lock,
Blue
blue
Lock.
lock,
Oh,
Blue Lock.
blue
block.
lock. I just heard block. I'm
No,
like, what the hell is a block?
yeah, I blocked you on analyst. Yeah, that's for sure.
Go
No,
on and block me off this podcast.
Blue Lock was a show I actually was kind of interested in, but my friend who watched it said like it's pretty good, but he also reads the manga and he told me that it
Oh my
falls
god.
off really hard later
Yeah.
on, and I was like, oh damn, I was like, that's so unfortunate.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's
because
so
I
Yeah,
have
hard.
a lot of friends who are non-manga readers and they've been enjoying the anime, and I'm like, good for you. I bet you like the
yeah,
shower
yeah,
scene.
yeah. No, I think the anime is good because it's still adapting like the early parts of the manga, which is
Yeah.
like stuff that like really is like a lot of people talk about. Like for me, I have people who love posting panels and like frames from the show
Yeah.
Mhm.
when like they get to serious shit. Like I remember seeing where it's like he's like I'm gonna kill you, and then like everyone's just like what's the context of the scene? It's like he's kicking a ball.
As as
He's just doing a
uh,
shoot. It's like oh okay.
as a guy who watches like sports anime every season, is it the best football anime I've ever seen? Not really, but it did get hyped because of the World Cup, and I still watch it. I do check it out from time to time. Um,
Yeah.
Is it good though?
yeah, yeah, it's okay, it's good, but would I recommend it to a friend? Probably not. Like, if you like football, maybe, but it's unique. It's a unique football anime because it's not like, hey, high school, let's go to Koshin. That's baseball, I know. But you know what I mean.
Oh shit.
Like this is better
Nationals.
alternatives if you
Yeah.
want to watch like a solid sports. Are you saying? You think?
Good ones. I've been enjoying Iwuma-kun. Third
Iruma? Okay.
season. Yep, I
Oh
like
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The new Gundam. I love Yui ship, guys. I'm too biased with Yui ships.
Dude,
I'm too
I heard
biased.
people, like the new
Our
Gundam. I knew.
now our people. You mean our boys? Our boys. I mean, I've been Pat has been crazy
He
over
likes it.
Gundam.
He likes
Susan
it.
Wano.
Nice. Dude, yeah, dude, he loves it.
I mean, if
So
honestly, if Pat is crazy about it, I might watch it. I
Pat is
believe
yes,
in
crazy about
Pat.
it.
Yeah.
yes,
Pat's crazy
do it,
about it.
do
Going
it.
back to
I
Blue Lock
literally
real
just.
quick, I feel like I
Oh
need to
yeah,
mention the fact that it's a sports anime that instead of focusing on friend teamwork and friendship, it's like no, I shoot
insane.
ball. It's on me. It's like the self-centeredness,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
kind of
I
interesting.
mean, a lot of it is like, for what I like have exposed to is like it's a lot of big action set pieces.
Hmm.
Like it's like how they do like the big like clashes between characters is like more like a battle manga, like a straight up
Ooh,
action manga, right? But it's
Mm,
a sports. That's the pure Blue Lock apparently, from what
huh?
I've
mm.
known. Yeah,
Interesting.
so like when you get characters doing like big stuff in like a match, it feels like they're like straight up killing each other. Like he's gonna beat him up, bro. And then you rewatch the show in
It
actual
feels more
context.
shonen than sports, really. Oh
Yeah,
wait, shonen
true.
is kind of sports though. So, but like, you know what I mean? More battle than sports.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, apparently
Um,
another isekai. I don't know isekai, but apparently another anime that did pretty well this year. Well, this season was Eminence in Shadow. Like, apparently a
Eminence.
lot of people have been
uh,
loving it. So I didn't
That
touch
is
it, but
honestly fantastic news. I'll tell you that
very
because
yeah. To
so
us,
yeah,
super mixed
wait,
experience
so
for us.
is this based on a game or a light novel? I keep forgetting, guys.
It's based on a light novel slash
Based on a
based
light
manga.
on the
novel.
light novel. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, this rarely happens. But yeah, good for Eminence in Shadow. Probably gets a season two. Oh,
Yeah, no, I think it
Yeah.
definitely will, but for us, it was not. It was kind of
was it?
mixed,
Honestly, like
kind of
I
mixed.
would want to keep watching it, but like there are some times where we're watching it, we're kind of like, eh, like because it's like for some reason the adaptation is kind of like a generic isekai when it's
Yeah,
like
like
really not that.
to get like the basic context of it is like what we thought of it as was like an isekai comedy, like it's something as funny as like Konosuba kind of thing, like there is action stuff, but it's like primarily we're watching it because it's so funny, right?
Hmm.
But then when the anime comes out, it's like a generic isekai that has like no comedy whatsoever, and I was like, what's
Well,
going
at
on?
least they don't heavily focus on the comedy. The comedy is a lot more subtle
It's like
and
low key.
non-focused. Yeah.
It's yeah. Like watching that show is like in my brain. There's so many times I just think to myself like, this is not for me. Like this show was not made for me. This was like for someone else.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing the right shoes. This is not it.
But I do laugh when this stuff does happen because like I can imagine it when I'm reading the manga and stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think just for
because
me, I wanted to enjoy it more, but like I don't know, like
yeah.
like the amount of laughs I'm getting from Eminence in Shadow is nothing compared to another show that I will mention later.
I think
Uh,
I think I know what show you're thinking about.
Oh
yeah, yeah, we're gonna talk about it,
yeah.
And,
aren't we? We're gonna talk
and
about it
can I
right now.
quickly ask one question? I see. Have I watched that show? Do you know if I watched that
I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty
sure you
sure.
watched it.
Yeah,
show?
I'm
I'm
Oh,
pretty
that's
pretty.
sure
right. I
you
guess
watch
You
I know
it.
asked me. You
what show we're
literally
gonna.
asked me if I watched the show.
All
Wait,
right.
I'm hoping we're talking about the right show because if we're not, I feel like a dumbass. Can you tell me what show you're thinking?
Oh, it starts with A and
Hey,
ends with
guess the.
Kiba.
Yeah,
Akiba
I feel
Maids,
like this
bro.
show's been a sleeper for a lot of people because it's either
Dude,
a
Okay.
turn off or
I am
like.
so confused how zero people I know is talking about the show. I'm not even joking with you. Like I have friends who watch anime in our own group, like Dewu and I,
Uh,
and like most of the people who watched Akiba Maids were people because I introduced them to the show. You know what I mean? Like there's no one I'm talking to who actually picked up the show on their own and thought it was interesting.
Picked
I'm
it up
so
on my own.
confused.
I picked up my own. I picked it up.
Oh,
what I'm
you know, if no one
yeah.
got
Young's
me, Yang
unique.
got me. If no one got me,
What
Young's
Yang got me.
unique.
like
Young's
you're
unique.
confused about that. I'm also confused for like similar reasons, as of like why people don't know when they do watch it, why people don't associate this with like being a parody of Yakuza. Or
I
like
mean,
not
to be
the
fair, the whole
game, but
Yakuza thing,
yeah.
I think it's just people not knowing what it is. To be honest with you,
Honest,
I
yeah.
think it was so there's like a subset of like anime fans we're part of now that we just know what it is. Like I
Yeah.
did have some people I knew who I introduced the show to, and they were like, I don't understand what's this vibe they're going for. And I'm like, oh, it's Yakuza
Oh.
themed, and they were like, what is that? And it's
Oh.
like, yeah,
Kind of
like they were
sad.
asking me like, what is that like? Is that what Japanese Yakuza is like? Like, is that how media presents them? It's like, yeah, and I was like, oh, I don't get that. I was like, what? I was so
It is
confused,
not a
but
way.
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's so
Because I didn't think you
weird.
need that much Yakuza knowledge to actually get into it. But okay, for people that don't know, it's Akiba Maid War. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
talking about Akiba
And
Maymore. It's a show about
sick
like
opening,
main cafes,
action
but they
scene,
operate like a Yakuza organization. It's so funny. It's
Yeah.
so
cute,
funny.
comedic. The story's pretty solid. I found
Yeah.
out there's a panda in it for UTS anime members. You have to watch it because there's a panda.
Dude, that's
They literally
that's
put
not a
Panda in
good
the show.
reason.
They
Panda,
literally
Bro,
put
they
Panda in the
panda,
show.
panda in the
They
show. You
put
have
Panda
to
from
watch it.
Tekken in the show, bro. You have to watch it.
Yeah, I
But
made that
Jeez, bro.
character. I made the character in Akiba Maymore.
when that final episode ended, I'm like, I love the show. It's like such great character development. I'm like, it's so
Yeah,
it's so so stupidly funny. Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is
like
funny.
for this show is like there's like no stops. Like
Yeah,
like for me, this is the kind of show where like I'm laughing so hard that when the next joke comes up, I'm not ready to laugh at the next joke yet. Like I
Yeah.
haven't caught up with the next joke. It's too funny. Like, and then
the
the fact
baseball. I'm
that
like, bro.
yeah, exactly, and the fact that like the characters like actually like developing across the show
Yeah.
through the gags is like actually really good because you don't notice it like half the time sometimes when you're just laughing so much at the show. I don't know.
It's honestly one of like my few like top Yakuza animes I would put up. Like I
Yeah,
have
for
a
sure,
Mm.
for sure. Like Akiba Maid's War is like a show where like you can watch any episode and it doesn't matter how much context you have, you don't know what happened. It's so funny to me. Like when I was watching with the Woo, there was sometimes where we'd be like, okay, we're gonna next episode, okay, next episode, and it just starts with them screaming inside of like a what is it,
Like
a
a
tomato
grape.
jar,
Yeah,
yeah,
tomato.
a grape, like
Yeah.
a tomato grape jar, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Like,
Yeah,
that's how
like
they
it's a
start the
huge
episode.
tub. They're like drowning that, and we're like, what? Is that blood? Nah, it's
the
goddamn
opening's
fucking
great. The
tomato.
characters are great. Like
Yeah.
If
even
it,
if the manager, even like we're supposed to hate the manager. Like even hating the manager, I enjoyed. Like
yeah. If
that's
Yeah.
it
anything,
was an overall great anime.
I,
Like
I kind of just wish that it was a bit like more drama focused, because I feel like the funniest thing about the show is them taking ridiculous things that are happening seriously. Like for example, the first episode, right?
I think they do that more later. I think we just haven't caught up yet.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't. Yeah.
Because
the top
like
part at the few like last episodes.
Hmm.
mm, like
Yeah,
definitely because what my friends told me they amp it up at the end as well, and I was
yeah,
like,
they
oh
do.
okay, I'm kind of
They do. They
excited.
do. They
Yeah,
do. They
yeah.
do.
Because the Wu and I we stopped
Ah,
seven
okay.
episode
Yeah.
seven
Seven,
eight.
six. Yeah.
Ah,
It's because we're waiting on because we have a friend Eric who lives in Japan right now,
yeah.
and periodically comes in and out, so we can't
Okay.
watch it consistently. But we want
Yeah.
to watch it together because like we want to enjoy it together.
That's
But
okay.
Yep.
That's okay. That's okay. That final scene in the future, I'm just like nicely done.
damn,
Nicely done.
God, oh
That
man.
was nice. That was
No, but
nicely done.
I love that show. I think we need to watch it. Like to be honest, to be
You gotta check it out,
like
dude. You gotta finish it. Just finish it. Let us know your thoughts later, dude.
Sure
Please.
thing. All right. We'll finish it. We'll finish it then.
such a funny show. Yeah.
Before we get to the big meat, I would just like to quickly
Our
say
sponsor.
that I have a very
Thank you, Pizza Hut,
yep,
for sponsoring us.
yep, and also my big comfy anime of this season. I'm like up to. I was just watching it today actually. I was watching Reincarnated as a Sword.
Reincarnated
As
as
a
a sword.
sword, yes. So as you know, generic isekai, whatever. I think I did talk up the show a few times, but main thing that appeals to me about the show is instead of focusing on the reincarnated sword, it focuses more on him and the main cat girl Fran, and it's like them partnering up to do stuff
Mm.
rather than focusing on the sword, like power leveling and then just freaking bulldozing every single challenge they have through.
Yeah,
Like,
like how I would explain it is like it is technically an isekai show, but honestly, you can watch it as if it's just another fantasy show. To be
yeah,
honest,
no,
you don't have
honestly,
to watch.
Yeah, fantasy, they just go hand in hand.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like
true, but
it because like what I mean by that is that for Sword Reincarnation, the setup is like the main character turns into a sword, and like he picks a cat girl named Fran, and then guides her on her journey throughout the whole story. So it's not even
yeah,
about him anymore. Like he's not the main character technically anymore. It's like the girl he's helping the whole
yeah,
time.
that,
So like
yeah.
if you just like watch the show, and all you need to know is he turns to a sword, he helps a girl. That's it.
So
It's
it's
just a
usually
fantasy show. Yeah.
when you have a party, it's usually between like a party of reincarnated people, you know, like they all do that. But like, this is an interesting dynamic that we don't have a lot. Actually, no, that's a fucking lie. But that's a fucking lie. But also, it's like it's the dynamic between someone who's been reincarnated and people who aren't, right? So Fran and the sword, but at the same time they have this interesting relationship of teacher and student, parent and child kind of thing going on, while not really being like a party because they are sword and sword user. So it's
Yeah.
kind of more interesting in that aspect.
Like it just like the premise alone already beats like most
Yeah.
of the other
Also,
ones, which is just like harem, isekai, ichi,
Also, I
whatever.
had to like catch myself in on a technicality because I suddenly remembered that Mushoku Tensei exists, and that's also a very good isekai show. So there you go.
Dude, honestly, this season just has so much good anime. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even
Yeah.
watch all of it. It's just, yeah, I've been busy with work and everything, but like,
Hmm. But I will
even like
say,
Pop Team
yeah,
Epic, I had to put down because of work. I'm like,
yeah,
there's just so
Yeah.
much.
it's just
No,
how.
I feel like if I had like no time this year and this was the only season I got to watch, I'd be pretty satisfied for this year. Like this season's that good.
Yeah.
I can just watch
Yeah,
the season alone. I'll be pretty happy for the rest of the year.
yeah.
Now there is only one anime that we haven't talked about extensively yet. We have mentioned it already.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Pokemon. Ash
Oh,
leaving, guys.
true. Pokemon won the
Oh,
Ash
championship. That's
leaving.
guys,
so
this is
true.
my theory for next protagonist. So if you can see this family tree, pause out, like pause out a second chart. So you can see
Oh, wait, she's gonna be the wife. Everyone, Dawn is the wife. Dawn
So,
and Ash is ships.
so actually, according to genetics, it is actually possible that Dawn is the mother because a character with green eyes and red eyes actually has
Bruh.
the genetical inheritary.
Wait, you
Well,
told me they
well, for the
fucked
Pokemon
before
fans out there,
he left her? That's kind of
That's a
weird,
one
bro.
night stand, bro. That's
let's
a
be
one night
real.
stand.
What?
Ash probably married all three of them, and the two kids are actually part of Ash. Let's be real. He has two different
Yo!
marriages.
Oh
I
my
can't wait for
god.
them to do a huge time skip, and Ash is like he's 30 years old. Looks the same. He looks exactly the same.
What do you mean?
This is the
He's
real
30 years
power of
old.
Pokemon.
Yeah, he's 30
Um,
years old after 30 years later.
I have been watching the last few episodes, and the animation for the battles are sick. And I'm probably gonna watch that. Was it the last 12 episodes of Ash in January? I think
Wow.
that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna watch for nostalgia. That's it.
God damn.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
okay.
like,
Hmm?
no, I will quickly say that, like, despite all of the weird things that happened recently with the Pokemon anime, because like them changing studios and stuff,
Hmm.
they're on a good track now. Pretty good
Oh,
track.
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
Even though the new game's a bit buggy apparently.
oh no 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 no, it's fine, it's fine. I tested it, guys. I tested it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Pretty good. Happy for the fans.
All
All
right.
right.
But yeah, back to it. You guys already know that I was talking about Bocce the Rock. So I'm just gonna
Bocce.
Bocce the Rock.
I honestly thought you were gonna talk about JoJo or something.
Don't be
See,
lost. Don't be lost.
that would be last. Okay, yeah, let's look. Yeah, actually, I kind of forgot about JoJo because I thought we had talked about it when like last season, right? But we didn't finish that. But yeah, Bocce the Rock. Let's quickly go over that. Such a breath of fresh air, honestly.
I like if I had to pick like out of the shows I did watch this season, it's not like my most favorite show, but I see the appeal of it. Like it is trying to be a bit different
Yeah.
from what of like because like
We gotta make a list, hey. Fuck.
yeah.
Oh no, I have a list. I have a list.
I don't have a
of
list
anime
yet.
this later. Yeah.
Keep talking, guys. Keep talking.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So for sure, like, I swear to God, for this, for the past what, like a long time, we've been waiting for something like this. It's like we didn't know we wanted it, but now it just appeared, and finally, I swear to God, like, slice of life for me has always been something that's like the main appeal, two things: characters and humor. If you have if you're lacking one of these or have neither of these, it's just like why are you watching it, right?
Mm-mm.
It's basically the main thing that carries the show. Well, I will say that if you want to say drama as well, I guess you can say drama, but that would be under drama rather than like soft life. But anyway, and Bocce really ticks both of those two categories, especially the comedy part, very well. In fact, like, I'm not gonna spoil any jokes for Jan, but
Thank you.
the visual comedy in this anime is honestly top tier. I haven't seen such good comedy in like a slice of life anime in so damn long. They're so creative with it. Like every single episode you would see like a gag, you can clearly see like where they're going with it, like the punchline, everything, you know. They could have just done like this really generic cuz the original manga is like a 4 comma manga, right? And I did see a bit of it. It's kind of, you know, not spectacular. It's a bit generic,
I mean, I
but
think like
yeah,
now that you say that, it is in a way similar to how K-On! Was adapted. Because
yeah.
if you guys didn't know, K-On! Is from manga. Well, you probably wouldn't know that because you read it. It's fucking boring. Because
But
the manga for
not
K-On! Is
yeah.
very,
Hey, let's
very.
not sugarcoat it. It's exactly like that, right?
It's very plain. It is very plain. The
And
anime
then
does it so
yeah,
much
and then the
justice. Yeah.
studio just gave it a golden touch. Bam!
Yeah.
Everything about it is so damn good. From the relatability of Bocce, that everyone seems to be like, oh my gosh, she's like me for real, for real.
And then she
Or
gets
like,
popular.
yeah. And then she gets And you have the like you have the absurd comedy that accompanies that has the amazing animation direction to accompany it. Like some of these jokes are like literally are freaking out of the world, like quite literally, because like
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not that strange. Like, it's not like stuff I've never seen before. Because for me, the comedy, visual comedy they use is very
of
similar to
course not.
Trigger for some of their old
Yeah.
shows. Like, for example, Killer Kill. I know you haven't watched Killer Kill,
Mm.
but like, for example, Killer Kill has a whole episode where it's just cardboard cutouts. A whole episode. It's
Yeah.
just cardboard cutouts. It's not even
Yeah, I love
animated.
it, man. I
Yeah.
loved it.
But then like, that's the kind of comedy you might see in Bocce. Like Bocce is like
Yeah.
they're just like, it's not just like, oh, the scene happened, that's it. They literally go like, oh, it's like we're gonna change the entire actual animation style for this one joke. It's like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
It's
They're going that far?
the thing
Yeah.
is like yeah, it's like what you said, right? Like they go out of their way to completely change the animation style for the punchline. But at one point, like if you think that you're gonna see the same joke twice, you'd be dead wrong. They have like several animation style changes for many different punchlines of the show. And like every time you watch a new episode, you kind of just like, okay, what kind of like animation style we're gonna see next, right? You're kind
Mm.
of just
Like,
excited for that.
I think like, while like the show isn't like my most favorite show I watched out of all of them, I think like I can like commend the show for being very creative. Like,
Mm.
they take advantage of like how like mundane the slice of genre is. So then like when stuff happens, they just go batshit crazy. Because like when you watch a show, if you just look at frames, it doesn't look like super amazing, right? The art style is like pretty typical,
Right.
if I say so myself. But when stuff happens that they want to like exaggerate stuff, for example,
And
like they
on
just do whatever they want. They do whatever
yeah,
they want.
and
Yeah,
on top of
like
that, mm-hmm.
yeah. No,
Yeah, so yeah,
I mean, I was just gonna add like of course like the comedy scenes are always gonna be like super crazy with funny ass jokes. But for
yeah,
me, what gets me off is like the little details in animation. For example, when characters are like just chatting to each other and like you know how there's frames where like the mouth isn't even normal. It's just like a
yeah,
cube shaped face. It's
yeah.
uh, like they don't draw them chibi, they just draw them like as a block face. And that's how they're talking the whole time. And I'm like, hi.
And and what's the best about the jokes is that it's appropriate. There's not a single time where they go out of their way to do stuff like that, and it's not like in
Like, it's
line.
forced.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, you're
that's why I'm here.
here. That's why you're here, dude. That's why you're here. I feel like I'm being able to articulate myself so much better now that you're here, bro. This entire year, man. But yeah, that's okay. And before you ask which one we prefer, Chainsaw Man and Bocce the Rock, I'd say they're all both amazing in their own way, man. I'm not gonna compare them. They're not
No,
to be compared.
honestly, if you're gonna say that, I will
Yeah.
say I'm not gonna compare them, but I will say like the reason why I really like this season
Uh-huh.
isn't just because oh there's shows I like. What I really like about the season in general is that there's so many shows that are good, but they tell the stories in such a different way. You know, if you get what I mean. Like
Yep.
Chainsaw Man tells its story for like it's
Okay,
it's
that's
like
very deep, man.
yeah. Like you watch Chainsaw Man, it's like oh like the symbolism, the themes, or crazy action, you know. And then you
Mhm.
go Spy Family. Oh, it's so funny, haha. But then like sometimes throughout the show, there's like little undertones of like there's like for example, like Spy Family is a show where it's like it is like super funny, slice of life, really lighthearted.
Mhm.
But like once you understand the context of where the characters come from and like what things happen, it actually is pretty dark, right? Like the
Mhm.
setup is pretty dark, pretty grim. Like Anya's like experimented child, Yours an assassin who lost her parents. You know, Lloyd is a spy who probably has no family anymore. Like you know that stuff is like really dark, but it's all covered in all this like really nice like
Oh, two
lightheartedness.
countries on the brim of war as well. Like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. The whole setup is literally two countries almost like about to like kill each other. They start a new world war. That's crazy, right?
Loki
Yeah, and
racism
then
as well.
Yeah.
exactly. You know, the dog's gonna tell the
Oh,
future. We're all gonna
Bond.
die.
Bond.
Woof,
Woof. Woof.
poof, poof, poof.
Oof.
And then we got Bocce the Rock, which is like everyone thought was gonna be a typical slice of life, but nah, it's actually a coming of age story about music and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I
Which is
really
pretty
agree
cool.
with Daisuke because you get sports as well. Like you get a good variety this season, and
Yeah.
each of them are very good quality.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
strong points. Like this is, I feel like this should be this. If we get this every season, then it's gonna be harder and harder every year. But it's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
one of the peak seasons, I
Like
reckon.
Mm.
this, because for me, like I did not watch anime for a while for the
Mm.
past recent years. Like I only started watching seasonals again because of you guys making me do this stuff. Because before this, I was not watching
Yo,
seasonals because
Yeah.
I was getting so bored
yeah,
watching seasons. I was like, oh, this is the same shit every time. Like, especially 2020, like 2019 era. It's just all isekais, right? When that was on the isekai boom, I was like, this is
Yeah.
so boring, right? But like, this season's like, if you're an anime fan, this is like solid. Like, if we get this all the time, like,
It's like
it's
an
awesome.
dude, we're at like a top end freaking department store, bro. You want
Yeah, yeah,
something, it's there
yeah,
for you, bro. You have
yeah, yeah.
everything.
There's a little bit of something for everyone. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys watched it. Mob Psycho too. Mob Psycho as
yeah.
well.
Oh,
Like
dude, I
Uh,
loved it. I
when
absolutely
Mob
loved it.
Psycho is a story that's like it's a heartfelt story about
Dude,
like actual
amazing character development, man.
yeah, and like that
Animation.
show is like the most like personal show,
Mm,
right? It's about like self-esteem and like trying to understand who you are as a human being, as a person and stuff like that. Like all these shows are shows that you cannot say they're good for the exact same reasons. You know what I mean?
oh
yeah.
Like you
yeah,
can't say you like
they have their
Chainsaw
own uniqueness.
Yeah.
exactly, right? You can't watch Chainsaw Man and say the exact same reason why you like it for Bocce, right? Like you can't do that. They're so
Yeah.
different, but they're
Which
so
is
like
which is
yeah.
why this war on like bocce bocce watchers saying that it's so much better than Chainsaw Man, it's so redundant. Like please don't
No,
yeah.
I just ignore those kind of people because
Yeah.
it's clear that they don't want to watch these shows because they want to experience something that's like unique to something that you can't get somewhere else, right?
Hmm.
What they want to do is validate themselves. They want to watch a show and be like, "Yes, I did watch a good show this year. Thank you for asking me. I did watch Bocce the Rock, by the way. Yes, I did watch this show." Like they don't want to watch a show and be like, "Wow, this is so awesome. I want more of this. I want to enjoy. I want to appreciate what's happening." They're not, that's why I'm like those
Yeah.
people, whatever. It's always gonna be like that.
Moral of the story: if you start watching anime with your friends, you'll have a great time. That's how it goes.
Yeah, another thing we do
Yeah.
this so Annie chat is like, we get to talk about it, discuss about it, see our own views,
Oh
and
yeah.
we all enjoy it. We don't do it for like because we want to get views. We do it
Like
because
this
we like
I feel like this
chat's
low
good.
key replaces the 2 to 6 a.m. conversations I have with Daisuke Rui about anime.
No, he says that, but we still do that sometimes. He's fucking lying.
Ah.
Guys, I can't wait till you guys get that full time life. Please, you'll suffer
Oh.
like me. Please speak.
Oh
I'm a salary
no.
man, guys.
Don't
I'm a
wish that
salary.
upon us. Don't wish that upon us, dude. But yeah,
Uh,
now we have a huge list of
Oh,
just
dude,
anime of
should we quickly go
2022.
through JoJo?
yeah, Jojo,
Um,
did
Oh
you
my
forget
god!
that
Oh!
show? Stop forgetting
Dude,
about
time
Jojo.
is accelerating so fast.
Okay,
yeah, there's
That
three
I
parts of JoJo this
completely
year.
forgot
Wait,
about
wait,
it.
they
Yeah.
came this year. Did all three parts?
no,
Did
no.
all
I
Nah.
think
part
two
one
and three
came
was this
out?
year, and part one last end of last year.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, December.
Um, Personally, part two was kind of iffy on me, but when I watched part three, I'm like, this is nice. I enjoy this. Is
Um
it?
Oh yeah.
I
I
will yeah.
prefer I prefer the gangster one though, the mafia
Part 5?
season.
Part
But
5.
yeah, the mafia season. I like the mafia
Are we
season.
talking about gonna talk about our favorite parts now? Now that it's now that we're here.
Oh, I mean,
Part
favorite
4,
parts is
right?
pretty easy. No, my
Okay.
Yeah,
one's five. My one's five.
Oh, you're on
Mine's still
5?
yeah,
five.
Okay.
My
mine
one's
as well.
five.
I like 4.
Yeah,
My
I like 4 a lot.
my favorite part's five. Yeah,
Mm.
but like part six is like a different experience entirely now that
It
we finished
yeah.
it
really
because
is.
it feels like literally Endgame. Like Avengers
It's
Endgame.
like
Like
an
it feels like I watched
accumulation. Yeah.
yeah, like it's like I watched the whole entire like franchise
Mm.
and now it's done now. Like I feel so good to get it actually done. Like I can't believe
Yeah.
part six is an anime now. It's finished. You know.
And
Like
yeah, it's brings such a good closure, you know.
yeah,
I
what
have
are you
a
saying?
friend. I have a friend named Mickey. Wu knows Mickey.
Mhm.
She's a diehard JoJo fan, but she's got full time, so she hasn't watched much anime. But because she
Mm.
loves JoJo so much, she had to watch the last few episodes, and apparently, it made her cry and everything because she's a big JoJo
Honestly,
fan.
not that's not a overreaction. I wouldn't say
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Like, so, what is it? The Wu has not read the manga, right? You didn't read them with Part
I did
6.
not read it at all.
Yeah, yeah, because he caught up with 7 and 8, but he avoided specifically this part,
Mm,
so you could just watch it raw.
Yeah.
And I read it. I read it. So, they did an amazing job adapting.
mm,
Amazing
mm.
job. Like Made in
Yeah.
Heaven is like how they like try to translate like how his ability works in the show is so like interesting.
Oh
Like
yeah, I thought I would be confused, but I was like, I
yeah,
could.
I thought it'd be kind of weird,
I
but
mean,
like
I was building Gundam at the same time, so I was like multitasking. I still
yeah.
could under. Guys, I watched it in dub. I'm sorry, I watched it.
No, but the dub is actually not
That
bad.
was
The
good.
dub is not
Yeah,
bad.
the dub was good because I
The
was I
dub's
was,
not
I was
bad
because
though.
I was
The
building
F
Gundam, right?
bombs.
And I can't build and look at the screen at the same time, so I had to watch it dub.
Mm.
So, but
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so good. It's just so good.
Love it.
So
Yeah.
wait, are we guys? I actually made my top five list.
Already.
What's your top
Wow.
five?
Okay.
Well, you said do it. I'm like doing it while you guys are talking,
Okay,
so I'm
okay,
like,
okay.
I mean, I
should I
thought we
just
were
go
gonna
first?
talk more
Or
about part six, but
oh,
okay.
oh,
Let's just
oh yeah. Oh, okay. We can.
yeah. I mean, we can just end it by saying it is honestly a very solid part. It is in no way any worse than the previous parts. In fact, you
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
even argue that it's better if that's how you want to look at it. I thoroughly
Is,
enjoyed it myself.
so is part six your favorite, Duvu?
Nah, part four.
What's your
Remember
favorite?
part four?
Oh, part four's your favorite.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I will say that that last fight in part
Really,
six.
part
Yeah.
four, it teased me. It foreshadowed so much shit, but never used it. That's what
Hmm?
part four did to me. Like the alien thing, and like, oh, we just have an alien. Oh, we're never gonna use him again. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Like they
Oh,
they
Yeah.
they, they
interesting.
told,
It's interesting you brought that up because
Yeah.
Araki actually admitted that he never intended to do anything
like
with it.
part
It's
four
meant to
had
be just be a gag.
Yeah.
he had so many foreshadow things that
But okay,
he never came back.
there's
So
two things actually about that. Number one is like he did technically get used. Superfly.
Yeah, he
He
did
was in
get
the
used. Yeah,
Superfly fight.
yeah.
But
And
yeah.
but Miki Taka is more like he's there to be more like adding to the lore of stands. It's like, oh, is
That's
he
the second
really a
thing.
stand? Yeah, like what makes a stand a stand? You know, is it alien or is it human? You know,
Was it
that's what
ghosts?
basically.
What is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why he exists basically. But yeah, I get you though. I get how you're like, damn, he didn't like even come back for the finale. You
Damn,
know,
he
he
wasn't even
just kind
there
of
for the final
I just
fight.
felt like
yeah.
yeah, a few factors was just like, oh okay,
Nah,
oh like it
it's
was good. I liked it, but like
Yeah,
nah.
yeah.
oh
You know why
graphics
he
solid.
wasn't there, bro?
Why, bro?
Ambulances, bro. He's
Oh,
allergic to
it's so
sirens.
true. So true,
Araki
guys. We
didn't
solved it.
forget.
Guys, we solved it. We solved the puzzle. You can't say Iraqi forgot anymore. We
Yeah, you
solved the
can't say
puzzle.
it.
No, I still like part four, but I just like part five more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, like to be fair, like part four is like not as planned ahead
and plus,
as like
like,
five.
You could
It's
yeah,
tell. You just tell.
yeah, because like, for example, Kiriyoshi Kage was not planned at all
Mm,
midway. So that's why in the anime they had to insert him in earlier scenes to make it more seamless. Because like in the manga he
Uh,
appears like nowhere. Like
okay.
Araki
Okay.
didn't think of Kiriyoshi Kage until literally like halfway through the manga.
that's
So,
crazy. Yeah,
but then for part five he planned it all the way, like near the end, and then
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just changed
So,
it because he got depressed. So he changed it a bit. Yeah.
hmm. But
No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
no.
so good. Part six. I'm so glad it finally is finished. Like I'm so happy as a JoJo fan. I'm so happy that it's done.
And now
And
wait for another 2 decades for part seven. Let's go.
Is the
it's
manga on part nine or part eight right now?
part eight.
Part
Part eight.
part nine
Still
But
on
is
but
part
coming
eight.
out
but part nine is
soon.
coming. Yeah, part nine already got
Coming?
announced. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Okay.
January.
Some yeah, sometime next year, beginning of next year, sometime.
You think
Yeah.
nine's gonna be the last one on that?
Oh no,
Nah,
no,
depends on
dude,
Araki, man.
you have no idea. I don't think it's the
You
last
die,
one.
oh my
You have
god.
no idea, dude. Because like, if you didn't know, part seven is a reboot.
Yeah, I know.
It
I know.
doesn't
Part
continue.
seven's a reboot, but like,
Yeah. So,
I
and
honestly knowing like just seeing it play out, I like there's so many more stories to tell. So it all depends on hierarchy. And I don't think
Yeah.
at this
I mean,
point,
you're like he's
yeah,
getting old, right? Like,
Oh,
how old is he?
he's getting
yeah,
old, but have you seen images of him though? I don't think he's aging, bro. I think he
dude.
looks exactly
I
the same.
think he made
Dude,
some sacrifice to the gods or some shit. He
look,
made a deal with
look,
the devil.
Jan, you need to understand this. I read part 8 when I was in high school, starting high school, and I
Oh my
finished it
god,
just last year. I just finished it
bro.
last year. Like, he's
bro.
been writing it for a decade. Bro, I look older than a Rocky, bro. I swear at this point, bro. I'm gonna look older than him. He does not age, I swear to God, he does.
All
I swear
right,
to God.
the list. What do you got for us, Jan?
The list.
Okay, so we said top five.
Yep,
My five is Osama ranking,
yep.
number five.
Hmm.
Number four is a tie between Mob Psycho and Chainsaw Man.
That's cheating. You can't do that.
Number,
Cheating.
number three is Edge Runner.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Number two is Bleach, and number one's Kaguya.
Wow. Kaguya's
My
that
list.
good for you,
Kaguya.
huh? Okay.
Yeah, I because it's like it felt like a final arc. You know, if it
Mm.
finished there, I would have accepted it. Like that's how good it was.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
All right.
Okay, who's next?
Okay, let's see. I gotta have to think about this myself now.
Okay, Daisuke, you wanna go?
No, mine's pretty obvious. It's like JoJo, Chainsaw Man, Mob Psycho, Spy Family, Edge Runners. Like
Oh,
Damn.
nice,
that's
solid. Dude, that's
Yeah.
yeah,
like everything came out this season.
yeah. That's why I said that. Like, if I watched nothing this year except this season,
Like
I'm pretty
fuck,
good.
Dude, honestly, yeah,
fuck
it
spring,
it
fuck summer, fuck winter. That's what Daisuke's gonna do. He's just gonna skip 3 seasons, go straight to four.
I
You
mean,
guys, you guys heard of part skippers? Let me
part
tell you,
skippers,
seasonal
you're
skippers, bro.
seasonal skippers. Here you come. Bro, you can't argue against that though, because this season just has such good stuff. It's crazy.
But
Uh
Daisuke, not to downplay Mouse Psycho, it was such a beautiful final season. I thought, like it
No,
was a
no,
very
Mob Psycho is like one of those
yeah.
shows where like I don't know what it is these days with some animes. Because I've been catching up some manga as well. I don't know what it is these days, but a lot of them are really shitty endings, right? Or like they're very
Yeah,
like not very satisfying. Mob Psycho is
yeah.
a manga where like manga slash anime that I can watch and be like, this is super like good, like a good
Is
ending. Like
it 3 or 4 seasons? I don't remember. Is it four? Is it three or
which
four?
one?
No,
Mob
how many
Psycho.
seasons are there in Mob Psycho? Three or
Oh,
four?
free, only free,
Three.
only free.
Dude, that's such a
yeah.
like I think I would buy the DVD or something because I think I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
Oh
rewatch
yeah.
3 seasons.
Like
I
that's a perfect length, right? It's not too long either.
Oh
yeah.
So
yeah, it's
I
perfect
I
think
size.
that it's insane to me that Mob Psycho has already done it's finished and done when One Punch Man is still like freaking ongoing and crap.
I mean, One
But
Punch Man is a different like. If you guys don't know, like the the process for writing One Punch Man is different
Yeah,
from Mob
yeah,
oh
I
Psycho.
yeah.
know.
That's why.
Oh
I
really?
love the art.
Yeah. Oh,
He does the
I mean,
artist does Ice
look,
Shield. I love Ice Shield.
I guess I know like one does both Mob Psycho and One Punch Man, and I know that One
yeah,
Punch Man gets
Artist
redrawn
is
basically.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so
Yeah.
basically, the idea is like he drew One Punch Man as like a side thing. Like it's like he just likes doing it for
Right.
Mm.
like in his free time.
Hmm.
But the one he
This
spends the most on is Mob Psycho 100, and the only
Oh.
reason why it got redrawn wasn't because it was him. It was because Yusuke Maruda, the artist,
Uh-huh.
he went up to him and said, "Can I redraw it for you?" Like
Right.
he asked him to do it, and that's why he's working with him now on like a
Right.
separate thing for
Uh-huh.
One Punch Man.
Hmm.
That's why it's like ongoing. Yeah, compared to
mm.
Mob Psycho, because
Yeah.
like he pops chapters out quickly for Mob Psycho 100. He pops quickly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so Daru, yes.
Yeah, all right. So, if I were to think about it, I'm just gonna quickly, I'm just gonna quickly push one out. So I'm gonna say
Number five.
number five is definitely JoJo. If I don't put JoJo on top five, that's kind of like screwed up. Um, for number four, I would say, yeah, this is really hard actually. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Ooh, we literally
For
talked about this for 2 hours.
yeah, I know, but like it's hard to suddenly, put them on
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
and
way, right? Okay.
I Yeah, it's pretty hard to pick between Bocce, The Rock, and the ASMR anime. That is
Yeah,
true.
that's
It is pretty
so
hard.
true. So
No,
true.
actually,
Okay.
no, the Pachinko anime is pretty good as well. I forgot the Pachinko anime is top 5 for you, right?
You know what's
Pachinko.
funny?
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
had to pick six anime, it would be JoJo Part 6
Oh yeah.
because it
JoJo Part 6.
would be my number
Actually, you know
six.
what?
So
Let's
yeah.
do it like this. All right. I'm just gonna
Are you gonna have a
rapid
tie
fire.
like
Okay. 5 all summer ranking. 4
Okay,
JoJo.
okay,
3 I would say Bocce the Rock.
yeah,
2 is Chainsaw Man,
okay.
and 1 is Edge Runners for sure.
Wow.
Edge
I
Runners has
thought
to be
I
top
thought you
10.
would put Mochi above Chainsaw Man, honestly.
That's the thing. Like Bocce
Yeah,
and Chainsaw Man for me is very very close, and I know
yeah,
I hate. I know I said that I hate comparing the two,
yeah.
but
But
like
this is
honestly,
just for like
if I
you had to
could,
make.
I didn't want to cheat like you, Jan. I would have put them in the same spot if I could, but I
Well,
didn't want
no,
to cheat like you, bro.
I
no,
mean,
it's
like,
not that you can't be like me. It's because you gave me shit for it, which made you can't do it because you
There's
gave
also
me shit
that. There's
for it.
also that.
yeah, yeah. No, but I think
Uh,
I think what you're really getting at though is like it's not really you're comparing the shows. You're comparing
Mm,
what it did for you
oh
as
yeah,
like
for sure.
because like that's how I ordered it. Like that's why it was so easy for me to do it rapid fire. Like I
Mhm.
easily put Edge Runners at the bottom of my one because
Yeah.
like Edge Runners is good, but nothing will compare how much I felt watching the end of part 6, right?
Right.
Because I have way more investment in that show compared to Edge Runners, just only 10 episodes, right? And it's just like
Yeah.
quick and done,
For
you know?
me,
yeah,
yeah, I'd say, yeah, on that note, actually, Edge Runners is the one that definitely hit it home for me the entire way. Especially,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it
I
made,
think
yeah.
I think for me, it's basically what made me move. Like so similar to Daisuke, like what made me move most. Not like what has the best animation, what had the best story.
Mhm.
It's something that oh this emotionally moved me.
Yeah. No, because like this whole objective crap is bullshit. It's
Yeah.
bullshit. It's actual bullshit.
Yeah. But
Wait, so
yeah,
what would you guys what would be the top anime this year that you would recommend to a normie?
Edge
A
Runners,
normie.
easily.
A normie, Edge Runners. Would it be Edge Runners?
Yes, so easily.
Hmm.
Like,
A,
it,
part- a part of me is like yes, Edge Runners, but the weeb side of me wants my normie friends Akiba made war.
well,
I just want them to
okay,
watch it.
but I mean, I kind of get that, but you said to recommend to normie friends, right? So you need to make sure that they actually keep
Normies,
watching it.
normies, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I said. Yeah.
Wait, is Daru breaking up for you, Sasuke, or is it me?
Is
I
he
think
what?
you guys are
Is he
breaking up.
breaking up or is
You
it
guys
me?
are
Oh yeah,
breaking
no,
up a
he's
little bit. Yeah.
the way has been the way has been cut off the whole time. I
Oh,
just been trying to connect these sentences this entire time.
he's
My
just
bad,
been
bro. My
breaking up
bad.
for me just now, like
Yeah.
only recently. So I'm
No, he's
like,
been like the
oh,
whole time. No, I've been
Okay.
trying to connect.
Like in fact, I will. In fact, like I can give you a reason as to why I wouldn't recommend this show to like normal friends. Ready? All summer ranking. It's like it's the same reason why it was underrated when it first came out. It looks a bit too like cartoonish. Sorry, not cartoonish. It looks like too much child anime-ish. If you get what I mean. Right? Dress Up
mm,
Darling.
Mm.
A bit too fan servicey. AOT. There's so much fucking shit to watch. Demon Slayer. I honestly wouldn't fucking recommended it because like I the story is kind of mid, but like it's great for the animation. But you don't go up to someone to be like, oh my god, watch this for the animation, right? Especially not to normies, that you people you know that are normies. Your boy Kong Ming,
which is
Mm.
weird because a lot of normies
kind of
does like
wacky.
Demon Slayer.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fair. That is fair.
Mm,
But like
Yeah.
personally, I'm just saying personally, I wouldn't recommend it.
I mean,
Spot.
I
Okay.
kind of agree with that because
Yeah.
it's like a lot of people really like Steven Slayer, but like I wouldn't recommend it at first because I think that's such a specific way to like
mm,
introduce them to the medium. You know what I
Uh.
mean? Because like
yeah,
you're recommending them because you're hoping that they watch more, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what if they
yeah.
watch Demon Slayer and then they're just like, there's nothing as good as Demon Slayer anymore? It's like,
Okay.
bro,
Honestly,
you
Spy
know?
Family would have been my second choice. The only problem is it kind of slows down a bit, so people might get a bit less interested in it as it goes on.
Hmm.
Kaguya, there's 3 seasons of it. It is very freaking funny, but yeah, there's a lot of that right now. Aharen, kind of too weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like I deeply enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, but like if you give it to your like tell a normie friend to watch it, they'll be like, I don't understand this thought process. Like what like it's
Yeah,
cause
I
it's a
mean,
lot more like anime humor, right? I
yeah,
guess.
because like the Yarn saying specifically to a normie changes my decision
Yeah,
like a lot,
instantly,
right?
right? Yeah.
Because I have to watch a show and like think that oh they're not gonna understand how anime normally works, right? So there's
Yeah.
gonna be things that when they watch a show they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? How's this funny? Like what is this thing? Why are they small
Yeah.
now? Like why are they
Oh,
chibi? What is that? What is chibi? What is that? Why are they finally small now? Why are they making weird faces like that?
yeah.
Like they don't understand what the expressions means, right? They
Hmm.
don't know like the angry on the the head, like the fucking
Yeah.
symbol, like when you have the teardrops, it looks like they're sweating. Like they don't know that, like that kind of thing, right?
Which kind
Um,
of rules out what I was gonna say next, Call of the Night as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then
Like it's like lack of better
hmm,
terms, it's like too anime that they
yeah.
won't get like most of what's happening. Yeah.
Mob Psycho might be a good one, but I don't. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't be able to judge that one. JoJo's JoJo.
JoJo's JoJo.
JoJo is JoJo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just show them like the YouTube compilations like out of context JoJo.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I'm into it now. I'm so sick. I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
it.
I feel like you kind of need to give them that impression for them to convince them to watch it. Because it's like, oh, like you can't really recommend it for its concept. Because honestly, on paper, it sounds generic as fuck.
I mean, that's why people say I watch this show for the memes. I watch it for the
Yeah.
memes. I watch it because like my friends make jokes about it. Like that's why people say that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, it's kind of like Akibame. Like when Jan said Akibame, I thought I was like, I don't think I
No
could
way.
recommend
No.
it for
Like
normies,
Oh,
if
man.
no,
Because if they watch it, they're gonna be like,
50% joke, 50%. I just want to fuck with my friends.
true.
yeah.
But like, I can't imagine my friend because I have friends who don't watch anime a lot. I can't imagine them watching Akibame and
Yeah.
be like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. For
And I'm sitting here like, I don't know.
yeah. For Bocce the
Dude, I think it's
Rock,
the
yeah.
sadistic part of me. I'm just sadistic.
Yeah, you're just sadistic, bro. Yeah. For Bocce
Dude,
the
that's
Rock,
why.
yeah.
No, that's why we recommend them to watch Engage Kiss. That's why
That's
we
so
recommend watching.
true. Watch Engage Kiss. It's so good. I'm telling you, episode 2, you have to watch episode 2 at least, bro, to understand really what it's all about. But yeah, to quickly finish it, Bocce the Rock, and I would want people to watch some other stuff before coming to Chainsaw Man and Bocce the Rock, so that they can appreciate it even more when they do watch it. You get what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, no, for me, if I had to pick it, Spy Family. I think
Spy
definitely
Family?
Spy
Yeah.
Family.
And
Because like,
hmm,
oh wait, you quickly finish yours because like I'm gonna add to what you said before.
yeah.
Yeah, go.
And that's why, like basically cutting off all the fat, the only one that's left and the most appropriate is Edge Runners, because it's short. It has like one story that's going throughout the whole thing. There's like I guess there is an arc, but it's very clear cut. It's like the post time skip and then like sorry pre time skip and then post time skip. It's bingeable. You watch it in a whole day and you're done with it, and it has a very good. It's a just a very good overall experience overall.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and you can also very much tell that this was kind of built for a Western audience as well.
Yeah, because like
TBH.
it's for the
Yeah,
game. It's for the
yeah.
game, so they knew.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I think for me, I would say Spy Family regardless because like I know you said like oh it kind of slows down a bit, but like when I really think about it though, it's like the difference is that as a normie they don't know what's gonna happen in Spy Family,
Mm.
and they don't know what is necessarily an arc in that show because I know it's an arc because I know the context of what happens in the arcs. I know it's an arc, right? Like we know the Bond arc because it's about the dog, but they
Mhm.
don't know who Bond is when they watch the show, right? So when they're watching a show like Spy Family, it's a show where you watch it and you're like, this is 100% an anime, right?
Right,
Like I can like there's no other medium where I can watch a show like this
because it's
in
just
this
so
way.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But also at the same time, like the story doesn't go too heavy on like storytelling. It's not like too much world building and stuff. It's like very like on and off. Like, cause I have friends who watch Spy Family and don't watch any other anime.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah, okay.
Like I have friends who just watch Spy Family like normally, and they're like, oh, it's like super enjoyable for me because I don't have to like tune into it all the time. Like they can skip a week
Ah.
and come back to it, right? They don't have to be like, oh shit, I don't know what happened last episode because
Oh,
when
so
something big happened.
it's actually technically the exact opposite of like my recommendation because yours is like you can enjoy it leisurely, while mine
Because
is
like
like
you can finish it.
finish it in one go. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jan, are you gonna lock in your Akiba maid? Is that what you would recommend, normie friends?
I'll probably honestly just do Chainsaw Man. Like, if out of the anime this year, I have a lot of dark food friends. I think my friends would enjoy Chainsaw Man, even than my normie friends. They've never seen anime before.
Really?
I think
Okay.
it's something unique. So,
That's so
yeah.
funny because my
Yeah.
Norway friends are like the opposite. Like I want to make them watch Chainsaw Man, but I don't think they would want to watch Chainsaw Man. Like
Yeah.
they would because I have a friend who's like on and off about Chainsaw Man right now. Because every time I talk
Mm.
about it to them, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. They're like, what do you mean that he turns into a Chainsaw Man? He like eats devils
No.
and stuff.
He's
What does that mean?
Chainsaw Man.
If you watch this, I'm sorry, but you guys are crude. I have very dark and crude normie friends.
No, that's
Now
good
my
though.
No, yeah, like, because my normal friends are like, they like watching slice of life, romance,
Yeah,
rom-coms,
yeah.
that kind of
Mm.
stuff. Like, they're not very heavy on, like, sci-fi. Like, they don't want stuff that's, like, too much for them to take
Mm.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love how we
because
just have like different perception of normie friends because when I first think of normie friends, I'd be like people who have never watched anime in their life. They probably like watch some dramas but like no anime, and they just want to
mm,
watch something that's like fulfilling. It's like they after they watch it, they're just like, oh yeah, no,
that's
I'm very
true,
glad I
yeah.
watched that kind of thing. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Because my normal friends is like, they're the kind of people, for example, where they're like, dude, I can't believe you played a game for more than 10 hours. I can't believe you finished a game in 10 hours. That's too much for me. And I'm like, what? And then you see me playing Persona 5 at like 200 hours, right?
Dude, I mean that's
Like,
just you, man. That's just
no,
you.
I'm just, no.
This guy, I swear to God.
No, but like that's my perception of it. Cause like
Mm.
when it's not even anime, it's just anything they get into, they're like, oh, it's too much investment for me. Like that's what a lot of them say to me. So
Mm.
I can't really give them shows like Edge Runners or Chainsaw Man unless they really want to watch it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
It is what
It
it
is
is.
what it is.
All right, that's
It's pretty good.
2022. Wow, god damn, we really went through a bunch of stuff. Like the fact that we're able to talk about quality anime makes me very happy about this year,
Oh, please, 2023.
Oh well,
2023.
there's been some bumps. There's been some
Oh,
bumps.
for sure. But we
But I
got
didn't
there.
regret any of it though. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't regret any of it. It was such a fun ride. This year was
Mm.
so fun.
Yeah, no, guys. Happy New Year to everyone, and I think
Yeah.
we're probably coming back next week to
Yeah,
see
we
what
want to
we're
talk
doing
about
for next year.
2023. Yeah. I'm not gonna
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
lie, my list is gonna be very short next year. Like I could talk about it now, and then we'll be done in like 10 minutes.
Oh no,
Nah, I'm
don't say
kidding. We're not gonna
that.
say that. Yeah.
If we
I can't
compare,
wait.
fall 2022 to winter 2023, it's kind of light and day.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
can't
mean,
wait to.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for next week. I come up and I'm like, guys, I'll be real with you. I'm not watching anime this season.
I can't wait.
It's like,
Alright. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Happy New
Bye.
Year, guys. I'll see you
please,
guys
Happy New
later. Bye
Year.
Evening,
bye.
Tyler. Been
Bye.
healing.